I'm still looking for you. You didn't pop up. Is it Bobby Dean?
No, it's Bob Dean. B-O-B space then D-E-A-N.
You're not popping up.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't see it. Hold on.
Then what you be on there? I'll find you.
Yeah, I don't know if I can do it that way because you gotta click on this link to find this place. I could hold on, let me think about this. I can do this. I just gotta think for a second. Another way to send it to you. Email.
Okay. You can do the video on Messenger and just download that.
Yeah, you could still do it on Messenger, but I gotta be able to send you the link. I don't think you could do it without the link.
Yeah.
What are you on email?
It's B2Combi.
How you spell that?
It's B. T-U-C-U-M-B-E 23 at gmail.com.
Damn it, I had it. Say it again. I'm sorry, bro.
It's B2Combi.
So it's
23. Okay, B-T-U-M. No, B-T-U-C-U-M-B-E 23 at gmail.com.
I sent it.
You had a video chat on text message.
Hey, Patrick, is that?
What's up?
I mean, I probably can, but I just don't know how to do it because I'm on my computer, and I don't know. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to send you a freaking message because I can't find you on Facebook.
Well, I can find you on Messenger.
Wait, send me that's it. Yeah, send me a message on Messenger.
Okay.
And then I think I should be able to do it.
Let me pull up King Chaka. Is it King Chaka?
Fuck, I don't know, bro. My Facebook, I don't know. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, King Chaka.
Yeah, I think it is King Chaka.
Maybe someone you know.
ENT.
But that's just Chaka Perkins.
It's probably me. You see my kids and shit?
Yeah.
That's me.
Oh, okay. Let me pull this up. Let me do this.
What's up, Pat? What's good?
You got it, man. Just
How
you got your kids on there. Shit, all of them, man.
Yeah, send me a message on there, and then I'm gonna add you to this stream.
Okay.
I'm still learning all this, y'all. Y'all gotta
I feel you.
Be patient with me. This is my first time doing it like this. What's good? What'd you say?
I said it's all good.
Yeah, like a few minutes. Try to.
I didn't know if I should come on with my my government name or my new name.
Never know. Either nobody's gonna watch it or somebody's gonna watch. Who knows?
Nah, it'll get watched.
You ain't the only Chaka Perkins on this motherfucker.
Damn.
The white man and Chaka Perkins. Hold on.
Type in King Chaka or King Chaka ENT. One of them will probably bring me up. Damn, I should be able to send it to you.
Yeah, well, you know what? I think on mine, I think it does just say Chaka Perkins
Oh, it's okay.
on my messenger or whatever.
Yeah.
But I've seen the King Chaka because like right now I see it.
But I sent you an email. Check your email on your phone. It might just bring you right to it, to Messenger or to your phone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bobby?
Hold on. God damn, it's 1,000 Chaka Perkins.
Check your email, bro. That might be faster.
All right, let me see if it's pulled up. You send me something on my email?
Yeah, I sent you something. If it was the right address, it's sent to somebody. Hopefully it was you.
Let me see.
It's gotta be a freaking way. I'm live right now too. I think if you go to YouTube, you might be able to freaking do it that way too.
Let me see.
Because I want to say share. What is this?
No, I ain't got nothing new on there from you, Chaka.
On the email? Refresh
no, I just say promotions and bullshit.
Well, all right, try YouTube.
All right, hold on, let me.
You gonna be able to edit this, right?
I've seen it on there many times, so let me pull over at this.
You here. Man, you driving, bro? I don't want you to.
Oh no, man, I'm multitasking, man. I can drive, and fuck, smoke weed, and get the dick up all the same time. Driving, nobody can't even know I won't eat Switzerland.
That sounds like too much, bro. That sounds like too much going on, bro.
That's way more than I can do.
I can do it that way. You know what I'm saying? I'm good at it. Gotta put my damn glasses on though. I'm gonna be looking at this messenger.
Yeah, because I think you could just go. I think you could just go hit the stream, because I should be able to. Let me see. Oh, I can post it right here. I could post it. Wait.
Check.
Yeah, I'm gonna post it right on the bottom. So really, anybody could probably hit it and join the stream. It's gonna be under the comments or whatever. It should be under the comments, and should be able to click that link in the comments if you find it.
I'm about to find it. Hold on.
I should pop up right away. Definitely on YouTube is King Chaka.
Okay, I see what I didn't do. I did wrong. Okay. That's what I did wrong. Okay, I got it. Hold on. Come. Chaka.
Yeah, I was just gonna do Patrick. I didn't know if you was gonna come, and I was trying to call this nigga. I was like, I gotta get somebody on this hoe.
You didn't think I was gonna come on?
Yeah, I ain't know, man. People get cold feet. I be inviting people all the time. People get cold feet, bro. They get scared. I guess they don't want to be on the camera, you know.
Well, I mean, I ain't necessarily best prepared for the camera, but
you ain't scared though.
Nah.
That's all it is.
My people call me, so I answer. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up, man. I appreciate that. That's love.
Hold on. Let me see. I think I got you here. Hold on. Pull up his profile.
You said you was driving today. You just got out.
Yeah, man. I just shut down for the day.
Oh,
you talking to your boy?
Hold on. Let me go to Facebook.
Just go to YouTube.
I know I see you on Facebook for real.
Just go to YouTube. The Facebook ain't gonna be a link. It ain't gonna be. Wait, I might be able to. Yeah, maybe I can. Hold on.
You see, Facebook, I can pull you up because you became one of my friends. But it says somebody you may know. I see you all the time. Shit.
Somebody sent me a message on Messenger.
No.
Fuck. All right, I'm pulling up my page. Close this. If I just post, damn, I don't even know how to do this. I don't never be on Facebook, especially on my damn computer.
I got you and your kids at the beach and shit. Hold on.
All right, I just posted the link, bro.
Yeah, now you're at the beach and shit. Hold on, I'm about to send you a message.
I just posted a link. It's right on my page, bro. Just go to my page. You should be able to click on that link. That's right. I just posted it.
Did you just get it? I just sent you a message. Did you get it?
I did, but it's on my phone. I'm on my computer. I don't know how to do that, bro. Let me see.
Okay, hold on.
I don't know how to do that.
You on your Facebook page, you put a link on there?
Wait. I'm gonna go back. I should be able to do this. Messenger, boom. Okay, Bobby Dean, got you. Oh, it's because you're not a friend or some shit. All right, I got you.
I'm at Chacapurca with all your kids at the beach and shit.
All right, I got you now. I just sent you a link.
Okay, there we go. Clicking on to it. It says you're entering the page phone.
Where's my fucking lighter?
There's 3 lighters inside
Can you get it for me, please? Oh, I got one.
Oh, I'm trying to put it up now. Check. Share the screen. Get that message up.
You smoke on camera?
I try not to. I do sometimes, but I try not to.
Load it now. It says now. Okay.
Cut this
Now.
away.
Now and shit ain't shaking. You see the chat?
No, you're not here.
Well, shit, I'm see myself, goddamn.
I don't see you. Did you click on the link and hit accept, hit yes, all that shit or whatever? It's probably some little it's probably some kind of approval.
Studio. Okay.
Why in it?
All right.
I
You
see.
see me now?
Oh yeah, there you go. Both of y'all dark as hell.
Yeah. We got some light on there though.
Yeah. Okay, Kenzie, I'm gonna do this. Give me a minute. All right, man. What? Oh, like you was. Go ahead and tell a little story about the. You said you used to be. What you used to do? You said you used to. I don't know. I got some stuff to talk about, but I kind of want to just start off.
You talking to me?
Yeah, you, Bobby. Say.
Oh yeah. Oh okay. Yeah, man.
This Patrick. Hey, this Patrick, my friend right here.
What's up,
Say
Bob?
what's up.
What's going on, man? Hey, what's happening, man? Well,
You got it.
so right now.
Oh, let me turn this off.
Physical therapy for spinal cord injury.
Wait, why come? Hey, you gotta hang up your phone, bro. Oh wait, no, not that. I don't know what the fuck or do I need to hang up the phone? Hold on. Let me figure this shit out. I didn't turn your mics. I didn't turn your mic on. No, your mic is on. There you go. Okay.
Ain't no more echo. Yeah, I went to I was in 87, man. I think I graduated early. I was supposed to play football, but I wanted to be an actor. But I fucked up football by getting kicked out of school by beating some dude into a coma. I ain't try to put him in a coma, but we had a fight, and I think he hit his head, fucked him up. So I got expelled. They sent me to that. What's that? That damn thing that was behind Smiley. The guidance center. So when I graduated, I said, fuck it. I met some bitch and I went to New York. Ended up doing porn and shit, you know. And met some I just stayed down there. Well, I got stuck actually. I had about 10 grand when I went down there. Because I used to rob drug dealers before, you know. So I had like 10 grand when I went down there, and I went broke fast in the motherfucking. Then 17, you already know what's up. Some bitch told me, I know where you could make $500 a day. I figured I could jump on a bus or a plane if I could work at least 5 days. And the bitch said it was doing porn. I was doing that I think it was Sunlight Film, some old Italian motherfucker named Sal. Never paid me on time. Never paid me 500. I got like 200, 150, because either I nut too fast or came too late. And they used me for interracial porn. Now, you know, at the age of 17. Huh?
You didn't mind that, Brother Bobby, you didn't mind the interracial porn, huh?
No. What I did, because I grew up, I grew up Muslim, So I ain't eat no pork, but shit, I ain't fuck with white girls. I never did, But when I get down there, I figure.
Uh-oh.
Wait, you freezing up? It's probably your
Ain't no goddamn
internet.
skin. I've seen it.
I say you freezing up. I'm on a. I got something I want to play. I'm gonna fucking get this shit together. I fucking lost all this fucking shit. I was prepared as fuck about an hour ago. Y'all niggas is late. Hey, Pat, while he freezing up, what was I gonna say? I wanted to ask you about the politics because I know you be into that shit. Hey, disclaimer though, don't say nothing about Bovid or in vaccinations, and don't speculate about the future about anything because that that's what got me in trouble last time.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, but what I was gonna say, what I was gonna ask you about, I wanted to start off with the damn politics a little bit. Fucking suggest that did you see what Joe Biden did you see this?
About don't be in the way, and he said, I am in the way to block too much interference from the federal government. Your response, Mr. President? Governor who? Why is that?
No, I didn't see that. I hadn't seen anything recent.
I am in the way to block too much interference from the federal government. Your response, Mr. President? Governor who?
So he was talking about DeSantis, but I got a clip from DeSantis too. Hold on.
And Joe Biden suggests that if you don't do lockdown policies, then you should, quote, get out of the way. But let me tell you this. If you're coming after the rights of parents in Florida, I'm standing in your way. I'm not going to let you get away with it. If you're trying to deny kids a proper in-person education, I'm going to stand in your way, and I'm going to stand up for the kids in Florida. If you're trying to restrict people, impose mandates, if you're trying to ruin their jobs and their livelihoods and their small business, if you are trying to lock people down, I am standing in your way, and I'm standing for the people of Florida. So why don't you do your job? Why don't you get this border secure? And until you do that, I don't want to hear a blip about COVID from you. Thank you.
So without talking about the pandemic, what do you think about that?
Well, that's the governor of Florida.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I would lean a little more toward the governor. I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of
Me neither.
Of Biden, but
Me neither. But I don't like DeSantis.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things I have issues with when it comes down to our kids and how they're trying to handle things with the kids these days, and they're just pretty much playing chess and with them trying to accomplish an agenda that I feel is made an international thing. So I mean, yeah, they're using this this jab to get people in line and pretty much change the whole dynamics of the world that we've come accustomed to and have built to be able to have our own freedoms, but at the same time, with the way their processes, they're pretty much trying to show us what they're really built of. Like they're really trying to let us know that we don't have freedom.
It's crazy, man. Did you hear what's her name? What's that chick name? Did you hear this shit?
To sponsor the Fire Fauci Act, and I'm grateful to my colleagues here for co-sponsoring this bill because the American people deserve answers. The Fire Fauci Act will bring Dr. Fauci's salary down to zero and also will require
Bluetooth connected.
Someone to fill his position.
You see, Dr. Fauci was not elected by the American people. He was not chosen to guide our economy. He was not chosen to rule over parents and their children's education. But yet, Dr. Fauci very much controlled our lives for the past year. Dr. Fauci, there is a lot of information that needs to come out on him. And as you all have seen with the emails that came out, that he owes the American people a lot of answers, but he also owes the world a lot of answers. And I'm very
again, be careful. But go ahead.
I actually heard this one before, and you know, I think pretty much everything she's saying is true, because it's like, you know, people, you know, these people that have a long history of not being for the people, you know, but it's
what ain't shit she's saying is
wait, Bobby.
All that shit. Wait. Ain't shit she's saying is true. That nothing.
Okay.
That's gotta be the dumbest bitch on.
Wait, and you freezing up. Let Pat.
She's actually dumb.
Let Patrick answer. Go ahead, Pat.
Yeah. Now, you know, like I said, I mean, there are a lot of things that that I've seen, you know, because I'm a truck driver. You know, I get this, you know, I have time to where I can turn on stuff and hear a lot of things that people have shown to be at least, you know, their truth of it, because, you know, like me actually doing the research or whatever, but I have seen a lot of things where it's some real compelling you know, information about these people, their past, and connections and things like that that show that they're not really for the people. You know, they're really just, you know, honed in on their own agenda, and they want to play it out. You know, it's really that simple. So I think everything that she said was like spot on. Like, it's like, why do we have to listen to this person? I mean, you know, yeah, like, even when it comes down to the president, you know, half the people got him in, the other half, but based on the process, okay, this is the person we have to listen to, you know, this is who's supposed to guide us, you know, into the future. Okay, I can deal with that to a certain, I don't agree necessarily, but okay, I can deal with that because of that's our process. But here we go with some guy that, you know, was, you know, appointed to this position, and he has the, you know, based on the words that he says, me, my son, like my neighbor, like everybody is shuffling and running and trying to, you know, keep up with, you know, every little thing that he's saying. So I think she has a very great point.
What you think, Bobby?
I mean, that bitch is stupid, man. They got no brains. First of all, can nobody fund a coronavirus? You can't fund a coronavirus. That
be careful
shit
what
is.
Be careful what you say.
Everything.
No speculation. Don't speculate. I say be careful what you say. Don't speculate.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, no, you can't fund a coronavirus. What she was saying is that he was like funding the coronavirus as if he was responsible for the coronavirus. First of all, this lady does no research. She only thing she says is talking points that they use. She don't create any policy. I wouldn't listen to. If that bitch told me that the water was wet, I wouldn't listen to her. Now, as far as the coronavirus is concerned, if we want to talk about that shit, I know it's a reality. No, I'm not speculating. I work in the VA hospital. I work in the hospital.
Wait. Let me stop you, bro. Let me stop you, because I already know what you're going to say. And I don't want no problems, bro. Hold on. You know what? I think we should. Wait. I got something about Black women. I think. Wait. Here goes something.
Remember, every bitter moment of your life, still you don't carry bitterness in your heart. That's forgiving. You remember every bitter moment of your life. Still, you don't carry bitterness in your heart. That's forgiving.
Wait, I don't know what the hell he was talking about. That's not the damn clip I
Yeah,
wanted.
that shit crazy as fuck. I don't know.
Yeah, that's not the clip I wanted. My bad. But I got they fucking froze my damn page up on that shit. I fucking lost this shit, bro. What the fuck is going on? They fucking kicked me off for a week already. That nigga Marquise, did you see the Marquise one?
Yeah.
Yeah. We did a part 2 on that, and they fucking Marquise, he was saying some good shit, but they deleted the video, blocked my page.
Oh, they gonna do that shit. You're not allowed to talk about that shit, man.
Yeah,
but I was gonna speak on coronavirus as a reality. I know a lot of people say it's a hoax and all that kind of bullshit, but you know, I haven't seen it, you know. But you know, we if you don't want to talk about that, that's fine.
We can't talk about that. I'm scared as fuck. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, but you know, far as Marjorie Taylor Greene, only thing she look good is some low cut jeans. That's it. As far as her brain is concerned, oh my God, man. She's like the dumbest congresswoman on the planet. She say the dumbest shit that you could ever think to say. She telling people, you know, we believe in our second amendment. It was like, want to get people to shoot somebody if they knock on your door about taking a vaccine. What kind of dumb shit is that? Bitch, you don't want to take the vaccine, don't take it. Which I'm sure she has taken it. I guarantee she's talking about, well, I don't have to tell you because, you know. No, bitch, you done took it. But she telling everybody else not to take it because it's controversial. And most of these dumbass white folks down here, they think, oh, yeah, we're going to war against the government. We're not taking no vaccine and they all going to fucking die. Fine with me. But don't sit there and try to say you're going to shoot somebody because they want to talk to you about the vaccine. You know, you want to take it, that's your business. Fine with me. But shit, don't try to shoot nobody.
We can have, hello?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, I would say maybe we can have that conversation offline because you know there's some things that I've seen too that that's not that doesn't really line up with everything that we see on TV.
I know. Let's not talk about that. Let's talk about toxic bitches.
12 seconds later.
Toxic females. How about that?
You want to say that? You think you're gonna bring some flowers, some pink ass flowers, and everything gonna be on my
12 seconds later.
Well, let me lock you out because I just like you're the
you want to say that? That's crazy shit.
What y'all think about that?
I'm on this and that. I can turn and see all these hoes walking down here. Y'all want to talk about that?
Hey,
I'm going.
Well, you
I
know,
got a patient. I got a patient on Foreign Park and ain't nothing but hoes walking there. What's this? Friday? It's Thursday. Goddamn, they walking down this strip like it's Friday. Goddamn, these hoes is everywhere. They got a line of cars. Y'all want? I can show that to you. Let me turn around.
Okay, wait. This is good right here. Check it out. This is South Africa.
There's a hole right there. That's a hole.
Oh shit. Damn it. I'm trying to get this shit.
What they doing in South Africa? I can't understand that shit, Chuck.
Y'all see that shit? That was I think about a couple weeks ago actually, but that was in South Africa and when they was rioting. What y'all think about that?
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's pretty fucked up. South Africa's always been fucked up though.
Civil war or is it like a insurrection?
They're they're angry about a lot of shit.
No, they protesting, they getting their goddamn heads blown off.
Yeah, well, what happened? They put the Zulu president in jail for corruption, right? Because, like, you know, and he was like the first Zulu that became president of South Africa. And you know, the Zulus are oppressed there. You know, they're even lower than the regular people. Right. So they really treat them bad. So the Zulu finally got them a president, and then his ass they told him to come to testify, you know, for some corruption charges, and he was like, nah. So they put him in jail. So then they started rioting, but it wasn't just about that, you know, it's still about the post-apartheid shit that's going on over there. You know, they still have the inequality and niggas struggling. It's a lot like over here.
Right. Well, it ain't like over here. You know, we can protest and we get fucked up.
Wait, Bobby, let me hear Patrick's answer. Go ahead, Pat.
Okay.
The little bit that I know about it is that, you know, they're stringing these people along. They seem to be, you know, bringing some laws into effect that's supposedly is helping them. And you're right when you say that it's a lot like what's here, because you know, until, you know, we start fighting for human rights, we're not going to get anything, because civil rights is, I mean, what's that? That's a part of a fictitious ideal of what, you know, reality is. So I mean, you know, they can throw things back and forth. They can you know, give you a stick, and they got it all, you know, they got candy, you know, when you first look at it, it looks like candy, but once you get a taste of it, it's just a bunch of crap. It's just shit. You know what I'm saying? So,
and we don't fight. They fighting. We up here taking this shit. They mad about the COVID shit too. That's another thing they rioting about.
Well, and I'm sure, you know, the jab has a lot to do with it worldwide, because I mean, it's just you know, when you don't trust the people that you're getting fed by, then you know, yeah, you gonna, you know, you just either you just gonna just be like, okay, I'm just that hungry, or you're gonna starve. So and there's only so much starving you're gonna do before you
blow some shit the fuck up. What you think, Bobby?
Yeah.
Well, the thing, South Africa been fucked up for, I don't know, shit, before I was even born. Goddamn, South Africa has been fucked up because it's the shit. Just like you said, just like here, we've been fucked up for. It's like we never. The thing about here and there, we pay the same taxes as everybody fucking else, but we don't get the same protection under the law, the same protection, the same rights of anything. We accepted the fact that we second-class citizens when it come to white folks. Their neighborhoods is better, their schools is better, but we pay the same goddamn taxes. And so, hold on a minute. I got to get something for a patient. Hold on.
Well, let me interject there. Because you know, we actually fought for us to be able to get treated this way.
That's right.
So,
but that's true. Exactly.
This, you know, we're getting exactly what we asked for.
Damn.
And that's because we're ignorant to
What'd you say?
The actual laws that's in place. Because
yes, sir.
Of course, you know, like the whole story of us not knowing ourselves, you know, that's an ancient, you know, principle, like for you to know thyself and to honor thy mother and thy father. So the first step is to be able to know thyself, which we keep identifying with people on a whole nother continent as, you know, who we are, because of a story that the people who was in control of us told, oh, this who you is.
It's probably not true. I say the story is probably not true.
Yeah. Well, I have been studying, like I told you, I have hours every day to, like, I've been on the journey of know thyself at least
can I get
8 to 10 years. And the thing that I found out is that, you know, of course, black people, or if we, you know, just based on the terminology most people know, black people are indigenous to the planet. So
For sure.
wherever we are, we're the indigenous people of this planet. Of this, since we're here in America, we're the indigenous people of America. So there are laws like in 2012 when they were putting Obama on trial on the international courts, is that he had to sign the rights for indigenous people. So by it not being promoted on TV, a lot of us missed out on it. So we don't, a lot, I have, like, when I was first started, I said, who am I being on this interview? Am I Patrick, or am I my new name? Because I've gone through this whole process of correcting that for me and my son. So there's things that are in place for us to win, because we are the heirs of this country, and most people ignore it as if you just, like, he just owns some crazy, okay. I mean, I'm crazy. I know that. Ask
Yeah.
my wife, my ex-wife. Everybody know I'm crazy as hell. But
So wait, you
when it
say you
comes down
changed your
to it,
name? Yeah, you changed
Yeah.
the like last name. I think Bobby used to be Bobby X. He used to be with the Nation of Islam.
Well, see, no, I was born in. Matter of fact, to be honest with you, Chuck, I wasn't even born here. My mother went to Trinidad with my father, who was a lot older than her, because my mother, Shirley, used to be with the Teamsters and the Black Panther Party. So my brother was already born, and he lived with Dorothy, our grandmother. But I went to Trinidad when my mother was pregnant. She had me in Trinidad and Tobago, well, really on the island called Dominica. I was born to Kambi Abdul Muhammad, but Shirley changed my name to Bobby after her daddy when she brought me back here.
That's crazy.
That's
I
why
ain't never heard none of this shit. That's crazy.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, that's wild. And so I have like 2 fucking birthdays and births, because in those days in the 70s, because I was born in the 70s, 75, but they didn't allow newborns to fly on the planes coming from there. So they had to change my age to 1970. And I didn't know I was born in 1975 until Reznor showed me he said your parents lying to your dumb ass, boy. You weren't born no goddamn 70. Because he showed me a Polaroid when I was a baby. He said, how the fuck was just Polaroid say 75? You were newborn. How the fuck was you born in 70, you dumb ass? And I'm like, no, you lying. I was born in 70. So I really was born in 1975. 39, you doing all right? Yeah, I'm doing fine, man.
We both came out the same year then. You're a rabbit on the Chinese zodiac, so.
When I found out, when I went to get the job at the airline, and when you get the job at the airline, they tell you they have like flight attendants, they have pilots. We all in a room. We got to go through customs. No matter what your job is, you sitting in this big ass like 30, 40 people. They tell you no matter where you committed this crime at, we're gonna find it. So if you done committed a crime, you need to leave now.
Now don't you tell everybody I talk to my customers so nice. Okay?
I won't tell them that. Thank you, ma'am.
You have a blessed night.
You too, ma'am. And they tell her, well, I don't give a damn where it was. We will find it and we will arrest you and we will hold you, whoever looking for you. So some people got up, some people didn't. I didn't get up because I didn't think I did shit wrong. Turns out that I had 2 goddamn social security numbers under my fingerprint. So I called. So when they asked, they said, this is when I first came from New York. I got the job at the airline on my way here. I filled out the application in LaGuardia. When I got here, I got the job. So it was Bush Continental at the time. No, it was I think it was Brown Continental at the time. I'm not sure. But I had called. They said, well, you have two social security numbers under your phone fingerprint. So we need to figure out who the fuck are you, which one are you. And one for 1975 from a male child born. They found this shit. A male child born in Trinidad and Tobago, and a boy by the name of Bobby Hatton in America for 1970.
That's some crazy shit. You know, I was talking to somebody in a video recently, and we was talking about how the black moms be telling the black kids all this, like they daddy, whatever. Some stories they telling them, and then the kids go by that because they stay mama. So then they believe it, and then they find out later. Because one of my cousins, he found out his mama told him his daddy died, and he found out his daddy wasn't dead. And he found his daddy on Facebook.
Yeah.
What?
And he approached his mom about it, and she was like, "Yeah, I was kind of like, the side chick or whatever, and got pregnant with you, and he had his own family or whatever." So like,
but yeah, that's the same thing when I called Sharon. I'm like, "Hey man, I'm up here in customs, and these people got me in custody like I'm some type of fucking immigrant or something, legal immigrant." She said, "Oh yeah, let me tell you what happened." Yeah, so they like, so since I was a citizen, which one you want to be? I said, I might stick with the motherfucker I am, 1970. But I was really deep down born in 1975. So I'm like 5 years.
Get your AARP 5 years early.
Yeah, yep. Hey, so Patrick.
But that's how. But I got an AARP card in my pocket. Shit, hold on, let me pull it out.
Wait.
Shit, Pat. I got an AARP card in my pocket right now. Shit, I'm already there, brother.
About like the black
hold
women.
Hold on, let me pull that bitch out. Hold on, let me find it.
Delay.
I'm already at AARP. Hold on, bro. Let me find that motherfucker.
I'm the one on the delay.
Here we go, right here. I got it in my pocket right now, bro.
How the hell you do that?
I'm already there.
I don't know why.
I'm already there, bro. Shit, I'm already AARP, brother. I'm already there.
What you were saying, Chop?
Shit.
Yeah, I was saying. What you think? What you think about that?
I really was born in 1975.
Hold on, Bobby.
And another thing, Chuck.
Hold on, Bobby. Let me ask Patrick. I want to know what he think about that, because I think that's a serious subject. The thing about the it's the black family, it's the black home, it's the black, and then you got you got the mom. I like to say Big Mama drove us into a ditch. And the thing is with our community is like, we don't like to blame mama for nothing. We don't, she was there, she took care of us or whatever, but and I know in some cases she did as best she could. But what I'm saying is, like, a lot of the problems in the black household and in the black community was started by Big Mama or whatever. She carried that on, and we haven't fixed it. We haven't fixed these generational curses that Big Mama done passed us down from slavery.
Well, that I guess that's one of those things that's innate, that we all love mama. When right, wrong, or indifferent, just you don't put your hands on her, don't talk crazy to her.
In the black community,
we will protect her at all costs. And
at all costs.
That's not something. I mean, I think that the main thing is to maybe not go at mama, because at this point she's she is who she is.
There. Hold on right quick.
What she's gonna be.
Yeah. Well, see, check on.
Wait.
But I mean, I think the main thing is to be able to jump in on the women that's coming up now, so that especially
them
women that's raising our kids, to be able to try to give some a different viewpoint and things like that. I think because of that type of mentality that we've had for however many generations, is why people are so angry with Kim and Samuels. And I'm not one of those to live by every word or hang on every word that he says, But I think he does have a lot of great points on, how how we've gotten to this point, and it's a lot of it is true. I mean, women have not been called out on their stuff, and if they do, there's society to back them up and say, no, you do what you want to do, what you want us to do with him. You know what I'm saying? Or, however that may go. But
it's a lot of
we
hate for
definitely
Kevin
have a
Samuels.
challenge. Man, they were trying to get rid of him. I'm like, if
Yeah,
you don't like him that much, why not just change to another channel?
exactly. You don't have to
Right.
listen to him. You don't
Yeah,
have
I
to.
mean, for me, I find it very entertaining because it's like, okay, y'all actually call in, and I don't think he's mean with everybody, but he will mirror you if you call with an attitude, or he gonna jump your ass.
Yeah.
And if that's what you're looking for, you got it. You know,
And at the end of the
I
day,
mean,
he always
I
say,
watch a bunch.
you called my show.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
I
But
love how you be calling
yeah, I
him.
mean, it's definitely
That's
a
a car
problem.
trouble. Chaka,
I mean, it's
I'm
a
here with
problem we gotta
a
deal with, and
I'm here with a
oh,
patient of mine, man. So I gotta get I'm at work, so
All
I
right,
gotta
bro.
do some
Holla at you,
things.
man.
So
Thank you for being here.
all right,
Thank you, bro.
no problem. Peace.
Peace.
good to meet you, Bob.
How much do I owe you?
All right. What you were saying? You were talking about Kevin Samuels.
Yeah,
What you were
man.
saying?
Well, like I said, I mean, I think that he has a lot of great points, and I mean, we don't want to be. I think that we all got to learn to have our own balance. Getting this information, I see different guys that just go way to the extreme on some of this stuff, and act as if and some of these guys, they acting as if they high value men themselves, to where they couldn't even really be a part of this conversation. But they average guys, they ain't busting their butt to do
Nothing.
nothing. They're not really in a position
Productive.
to really be able to tell anybody anything, but because they hearing what he's saying now, they want to act like they wearing his gator boots or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
And then
So I don't know. It's been a strange dynamic since he's been gotten real popular. I've seen some of his old videos, so I know that he got on men kind of the same way. But the reason why a lot of this stuff blew up is because of the way women got a hold to his message, and
it was their reaction to it because they were so angry about it, so hurt, and so fucking like, it's that feminist movement. And I always say, man, if you're a black woman feminist, you in the wrong. You tripping, because that's not where you.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
not for you at all.
And that's something that we've been saying a long time, but I think a lot of them don't know that they've been programmed to react and respond the way that they do. It's our media has like propagandized these women so strongly that they don't even realize that they've been taken advantage of.
It's so sad. They manipulate it. I think that they are like the greatest tool, for the powers that be.
Well, and
They're
that's
the
the
ones
thing.
that.
I mean, if we look at it, because I've heard it analyzed a few times. The guy I listened to maybe about 2 or 3 days ago, he was saying like the first two phases of feminism was good because it helped give opportunities and them being able to have rights to be able to move and do what they need to do. Let's just say okay, you don't want to be with a man, okay, that's fine, or whatever. You can move how you want to move. It's nothing holding you back. But at the same time, it went into a whole nother phase to where, especially when it came to, what's this you know, with the welfare system and, you know, okay, get rid
Child
of your
support.
man, and then
Yeah.
after, oh man, I mean that's,
Go
I
ahead.
mean, well, that's the part. That's the part that really, I guess, gets me. You know, thank God I have a woman in my life that, you know, understands that whole system. She, you know, and plus we've had, you know, I was like, I mean, do you really believe if I can't pay that I should go to jail? You know what I'm saying? I mean, is that something that you really believe? And
And
you
how
know,
does
I
that help
guess, you know,
anybody?
with her having time to think, it
You
doesn't,
know, how does that
because
help
I mean, you
anybody?
know, it doesn't. And I mean, she knows. I mean, I've always been a provider. Look, I took care of her and my son before we divorced, and it's like, okay, you know me at heart. So
Yeah.
why even go through that process where if something, you know, and especially if it's going through the state, you don't have to have a problem with it. After you brought them into that situation,
Now,
now
yeah.
they have the right to be able to say, "Oh, well, you didn't pay," and she could scream and holler all day. Oh no, no problem. No, oh, well, no,
And it
it's too
won't
late
matter.
now.
It won't matter. It's so
Yeah.
sad, man. It's so sad.
So I mean, I think, God,
It's
bro,
so sad because
it's,
you
and
know,
I know there's a. I mean, there's people locked up right now. There's people locked up right now. Look, there was a guy. What's that show I watched? Paternity Court. I watch Paternity Court frequently. That's one of my you know, let me get some mess in my life. Now, but I'll watch that just, you know, for some good entertainment. But there was this guy, I actually felt bad for him because he actually spent 5 years in prison for a kid that wasn't his. And this
damn.
woman had them went through the system, got him put on child support. He, you know, I think he had some communication with the people, and he was trying to, you know, he was trying to do right, and you know, I guess get that, but he couldn't make it to court, or they had assigned a court date that he couldn't make it to. When they saw him, they took him to jail, and you know, 5 years later, you know, they still trying to figure out the paternity, and right there is like, you are not the father.
Damn.
And the dude done already spent 5 years in jail behind this stuff.
So how do they fix that?
So
I'm scared.
she gonna get away with it. I mean,
I try to stay up on my shit.
they're not gonna do anything to her. Man,
it's crazy.
Look,
Here,
I'm gonna tell you, man. Conversation rule the nation.
That's why I'm doing these videos. Check this out.
Bachelor degrees did not become useless until Black and brown people started getting them. Back in the day, if you got a bachelor degree, that meant you could go into a company and be a supervisor or be a manager. Now, it's considered entry level, which means the pay is less. So these degrees don't even pay themselves anymore. The American dream has always been, up until recently, that if you go to school and better yourself, you could live a good life. Now, that piece of paper doesn't even guarantee employment. Tell me I'm wrong.
Well,
what'd you think about that?
I think, I mean, the part, because I mean, I don't think it's necessarily just because Black and brown people were getting them. I think that's just the evolution of technology into the for a big you know, part of it. I mean, it is true for the most part that right now, you know, for somebody who has a degree, you know, I mean, the workforce is just shrinking. I mean, you know, you know, some of these jobs, like my dad growing up, you know, he for 30 something years worked in a plant. You know, there's a lot of these things that's run by, you know, and like the guys that came behind him had to have degrees, but a lot of the stuff is automated in these plants. So I mean, they'd rather pay for this robot one time instead of paying you 52 every year. You know what I'm saying? They keep up with the maintenance. They have a few guys that keep up with the maintenance, and the computers, does a lot of the analyzing for them. So I mean, um, I think to a certain extent, I from what she's saying is really true, but I don't think it's just because of black and brown people having degrees. Because I mean, you know, I- I believe that even white people are having issues with keeping jobs. The only thing is that, you know, there's always been a system in place that if you got a cousin or a friend or somebody that you know that can link you up with a job, they in a position to be able to get you a job. That's probably why they're holding on to more of the jobs right now because of relationships. But even they are having issues with being able to keep up with the whole employment issue.
I think a lot of what you said is true. Here, check this one out.
What's something that people are not ready to hear?
White women are the biggest hindrance to moving racial equality forward because we have more influence over the raising of our children than anybody else, and white supremacy grows in our homes. And we are the ones teaching our children if only they would behave this way, speak this way, or dress this way, maybe they would have equality. And I will not argue this with anyone.
What you think about that?
That is not a new paradigm. Yeah, no, that is not a new paradigm. I mean, even back in slave days, they were the ones that could inflict the most pain on you with a yelp of their voice. Um, or they can just not like the way you look, and they can have your whole existence rearranged. And like from a lot of things that I understand, that white women were some of the biggest owners of these plantations, whether it was handed down from grandpa or daddy or whoever. A lot of them were the owners of those plantations. So, I mean, we jump to present day. I mean, most of our teachers are white, and then if you don't,
White
what I'm
women.
saying, it's just you know, yeah, white women. Period. Yeah, they're the teachers for the most part. You know, uh, they're probably 85% of the teaching workforce, if not more. So and I mean that's just one part of it. But then when you say, okay, we're looking at, okay, if we just look at our population, they got more kids than we do in the system. So when they get ready to speak and they have an issue about something, you know, they're gonna have a high percentage of votes on what happens and what doesn't happen.
It's so freaking like, man, I don't know what to say about that.
But
I think it goes back to,
I
like I
mean,
said,
it's really based on the numbers. What's
yeah,
that?
it's crazy. Here, I'm gonna switch gears.
What
Tell me
what
what you,
what say you?
I say
Okay, no, that's fine. I thought you were saying that goes back to what you say.
it was. I was gonna say it about the black woman, but let's here. Check this out.
What's your favorite thing about being black? The black nod. Yep, the black nod. When I'm traveling and I'm in a place where it's just like a sea of whiteness, right? And then there is that black person. They see you, you see them, your eyes connect. In your head, you go, my black sees and recognizes your black. And in their head, they go, and my black sees and recognizes your black. And you keep maintaining that eye contact. And then you go, ah! That's it. It just does it for me. No one else does it. It's just us. It's our thing. We know it. They know it. And they know they can't do it. They can't be like looking at us and doing this. It's just us. So that's my favorite thing. Just that black knot that we all do. So.
What you think of that?
I've had those type of moments before, so I mean, I can somewhat relate there. I mean, there is a certain comfortability. I mean, to knowing when you know you got, you can't really just necessarily just call them an ally just because you see them there, but at the same time, you know, you do have that special connection that you can't, you know, you won't get nowhere else. And I think that is something that's probably more to the black family, you know what I'm saying? You know, you walking everywhere, you like, golly, you know, you never, you know, you don't know what mode you're really feeling until, you know, you have that sigh of relief of the damn, I'm not here necessarily by myself, you know, okay, there goes somebody, you know, and you give that nod. So yeah, I feel what you're saying.
Yeah, I love it. You know, there's some bad parts. There's some parts about us that bothers me, and then there's some parts that's pretty damn cool. And that's pretty damn cool right
Yeah.
there.
Where I get my
Well,
confidence from. Do you know who I am? Do you know who my ancestors are? What my lineage is like? How powerful my spiritual DNA is, and we still can't destroy it? Of course, I have goddess energy. Of course, I have empress energy, queen energy. I'm the original woman. You understand? That's why Babylon met. I'm the paradigm, the prototype, the beginning and the end. Okay? You don't have to like it. Where I get my confidence from.
What'd you think about it? What'd you think about that?
I don't know this lady. I don't know this lady, but I like her energy because I mean I wish we could really you know as a whole live in that that type of energy. Um, you know, I wish, you know, our average woman and child in our communities could you know have half of uh that energy, and you know be, you know, truly be proud because they're walking in, you know, what we know about ourselves, or you know we you know like I said, I mean she says queen energy or whatever, like we really are, like we really, you know, each one of us are kings and queens, you know, based on the way things were set up here before uh this round of colonization came along. Because I don't know,
Earlier, you were
I
gonna
guess
talk.
maybe on another conversation we'll be able to get into, we
Go
can
ahead,
get
go ahead. That's what I
into
was about to say.
like some of the math.
I was about to say
Yeah, I
that.
mean,
Go
you know,
ahead.
getting
Go
into
ahead.
the math of, yeah, getting
What
into
what
the
the hell
math
with
of everything, how everything
the
went,
slave
because
trade and the number of, because most of them went to the you know, I'm planning to write a book about how there's a connection between the Caribbean and the South Tech, you know, United States, like Louisiana, Alabama, you know, Georgia, connected to Jamaica,
well,
Haiti,
well,
and
well, well, we are connected in those type of ways as well. But when you really look at the dynamics of the government, because what they're trying to do now with the one world government has already existed for the most part through us. We have gone all over the world and set up governments. A lot of the governments around the world was set up by our people, and I say not just black people from Africa or whatever. No, black people from America were always the innovative people. For what I found, I watched the video of Camaro. Aha, I forget how. I don't know really know how to, but he's a researcher. He does a lot of stuff, and there's like we've been on this planet for millions of years, and even doing research within my government, I find out that there are calendars that go back 41.9 octillion years. So the way that they have our history set up is to believe that, you know, the oldest man or woman that was living was like 40,000 years or 50,000 years over in Africa.
they
Well,
talking about them.
huh?
I say that's the white folks talking about them. They haven't
Well,
been here
no,
that long.
no, they haven't been here that long. Like as far as I know, it's maybe been 5 to 6,000 years. So they hide our um our true ancestry, because for one, they want the land of milk and honey. They want America for themselves. But at the same time, you know, their lives have been getting are catching up with them, because we have people who are growing. Because like I think this day and age, there's more white people who aren't as racist as some of the things. Like some of them are, I think, really are atoning for what you know, maybe some of their ancestors, maybe it wasn't even their ancestors, because we just throw them into a whole block of like every white person was a racist, or even was a slave master. Like, no, it's just like right now, 1 or 2% of the people have all of the money and got these people, that work for them. But shoot, there was Irish people that was here and enslaved along with us, or with some of our ancestors. So I mean, but a lot of the truth is coming out because some people just really truly appreciate honesty. This is what it was, and why are we hiding from it? This is what it is, and let's let's deal with it and move on. Where there's others that's really been lying and using our ancestry for their gain, because it's not even really about because if they can make us look like we're the worst thing, that gives them a reason for them to even be able to look like a good thing. you know as evil as they've been, having those polarities is what, being able to make us look bad is the thing that makes them look good even though they're bad. you know you know what I'm saying? Like they try to show a polarity where it's really the reverse. So I mean, we got to do a lot better with how we're promoted in media, and allowing people to be able to come out and show these negative things about us. And um, like what was this was something that Kevin Samuel said. Is like, you remember the movie from the '80s where they had Hollywood Shuffle. Do you remember that movie?
Yeah.
It's like, look, I mean, are they trying to do this to us in the movies and this, that, and the other? It's like, the best thing really is just, look, let's not do those type of movies. And there's always work at the post office. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll make it. We'll be fine. Don't, run up in here and be the fool for these people, because you're promoting that negative outlook on us.
Yeah.
And we still got people these days that's doing the same thing, and even going into the whole, like, giving that feel to our children. Because I mean, we're old enough to process, certain things. Because I guess that's one of my biggest fears, and I say fear because I'm teaching my son the right thing, but the influence, as much as he sees and hears and all this and that, um, is really going to be projected in his mind. So I mean, one of those, like, once you know it, you know it. So all this gay stuff that they putting on TV, which is, I don't, what I'm saying? Hey, I have nothing. I have family that's gay as all I mean, flaming. I love them, but at the same time, you don't go out and promote a certain lifestyle, because if this is what they are, this is what they'll be that. But to try to trigger these type of thoughts in their mind is really where I have a problem. They like got it on all these different TV shows. Me and my son was out the last time I was home. We were sitting back trying to watch a movie. I think it was some kind, one of the mutant movies. It was, I don't think it was like one of the biggest mutant movies, but then here's two girls kissing. I'm like, I thought we was doing good. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's the whole programming, the propaganda,
It's so
to
tough, man.
weaken.
And my daughter be on TikTok all the time. And what I be telling people is, how can I push against that? How can I, I can't push against that. The TikTok gonna win. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, as parents, especially as fathers, we really have to set examples and give those. You don't want to be seen as the one that's preaching all the time, but we definitely can be tactful enough to be able to give good information, and also maybe even show examples of how some of these things, just regardless of how many times you see it, no matter if your friends are doing it and whatever it is, just because they say it's cool, it's not cool, because this is what they're trying to program you to do. Who's more powerful, you or these people that's trying to get inside your head? And like I said, I mean, at the end, they're gonna be who they are, but don't let this stuff be the thing that pushes you into thinking that it's cool.
Man, I don't know what to say. I don't know what is the answer to that shit. I mean, well, you said it. The example, they setting the example, but damn.
Well, I mean, we really, if we as a people were more united, like we helped them, destroy a man that was trying to help our our image with just not know without even knowing any of the truth. Is like, oh, no, all based on public opinion. This man spent 2 years in how long did Cosby stay in prison? 2 years. You still there? Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, you there? I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I couldn't hear you, and you were frozen for a minute.
Yeah, I don't know
how
what
long
happened.
did they have Cosby in
I think it was 2 years. I don't know how long it was. Maybe it was longer than 2 years.
All that based on public. I don't know. Maybe I'm easily say it was 2 years.
Yeah.
But based on public opinion, because even my mama was like, she old school and she ain't down with all that foolishness. She's just like, how is it that they done had this man locked up for 2 years and they got proof that he innocent, and just the way everything happened. But Bill Cosby, for the last few decades, have been trying to do things to help us clean up our image.
Yes,
and I believe because of that is one of the reasons why they wanted to destroy him.
Is a name in there? Yeah, no, man. I mean, it's a hate. It's a lot of hate, and it's racism. And I bet you Bill Cosby thought he couldn't get touched. They touched him.
Yeah, they did. They were able to step on him for a minute, and I think they knew. I think his lawyer and all them knew that they would be able to get him out, but based on that lawyer that came in later, or prosecutor that came in later, they were able to use his supposed him not knowing the deals that were set in place before to be able to take advantage of that moment. But either way, we're gonna have to have a unified effort of, like, we really just gotta like maybe even just turn some of this stuff off, because I mean, we still watching it. A lot of
don't.
people, I say we. It's not me, because
yeah.
But I say we because it's us as a community.
Definitely.
But, turning these things off, don't support it, because that's what they're green lighting. Well, hey, we getting a lot of people that's talking about this and wanting to see that and whatever. Like, there's things that probably could have been shut off the first season if we were more mature about how we want to be seen, not just here in America, what we being entertained by, but the world. The world sees what we're watching.
Yeah. Well,
like,
we make
they know, like, and
we make a lot of shit popular. We make ratchet shit popular, and then that shit goes around the world, and then other people copy it. It's so crazy.
Dude, did you see the thing where they had people coming from Europe and like different countries, like coming from other continents, wanting to have a tour, wanting to be toured in the ghetto?
No, I never heard. I didn't know.
You didn't?
I didn't see that, but I'm not
They wanted
surprised.
to pull up in Chicago. Yeah, they want to pull up in Chicago where people, get murdered all the time and like be a tourist and like they up there crying like, oh my God, you're my favorite. I don't know what rapper it was, but like they really wanted to be like, I want to come in your hood. I want to this and that and whatever. Like some of the weirdest crap I ever heard. Like I live in this country. I heard enough on TV to be like, no, I don't think I even want to pass through there. I mean, me as a truck driver, I'm everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like I done passed through some of the worst neighborhoods, like Philly. Oh my goodness. You know what I'm saying?
Tell me.
And these people want to come from a whole nother country. Yeah.
Yeah, so tell me what places do you see when you're driving? Like what are some, like, because I like to talk about perspective a lot. I talked about how, like, you can't see the trees for the forest and you can't see the forest for the trees. So, but what I mean is that you driving around the nation gives you a perspective that a lot of us don't have. So what I'm saying is, what is some things that you have seen, as a result of you moving around the nation like that, that gives you a perspective that other people don't have, that you can share with the people who's watching?
Well, I'm gonna tell you, man. I guess one of the things that really, like, especially when I first started out driving, and some of the weirdest things that I just like had me in awe was, like, on TV, they have us thinking, oh, New York, it's just these big tall buildings and this and the other. Jersey, like all these big cities or whatever, and you go to these states, man, they just as country as we are. A lot of people up north talk about how how country we are, these country bumpkins, especially like from childhood. I've always heard like, you from Louisiana, oh yeah, you don't really have an accent. Well, all right, whatever. But going up into these different states, I mean, it's just like Louisiana or Texas or like wherever you go, like there's a big city and there's more countryside than there is city. I mean, I guess that was one of the biggest things for me. Um, I don't get to really interact with as many people because I am at work. I am driving, state to state, but like I guess for me, that was one of the biggest intriguing things to me was that the perception that we get from TV is not as real as it, like when you get there, unless you're going right there in the middle of, of the city, everything else you just gonna pretty much see it's just country. They got cows, they got, they're growing stuff,
Well, that goes with the overpopulation thing too. You know how they say, it's too many people and we overpopulated and there ain't enough space. You driving around should be able to, dispute that, right?
Well, that has been disputed even by numbers and calculation because, they have figured that the entire planet, like 8 million people that live on this planet, can live inside of Texas.
I saw that. Whatever you got that from, I saw that. It's so retarded, man. But they telling us we overpopulated the planet and shit. It's too many people.
Well, the reason why they're saying that is because of what they're based on science, they're saying that there's going to be droughts, which they're already experiencing in some places. There's, I think because of not being able to have as much water to be able to plant, like, I think there's things like that, and I think they're rather control, and there's other things that I think that nature is gonna have a big thing in taking some of these people out on their own, and they want to just get rid of as many people as they can, because and that's me
That's
kind
scary.
of what's
And
yeah
I feel like we in end game too with all this corona mess. But that's some scary shit to talk about. Here, check this out.
Maybe this story will help you understand white privilege a little bit better. That's Carlette Duffy. She wanted to refinance her home, so she had it appraised. Market value for her home was $187,000, but the first appraisal came in at $125,000, and the second appraisal came in at $110,000, and she couldn't figure out why they were coming in so low. So for a third appraisal, she contacted the appraiser only through email and removed photos of herself from her home and anything else that may identify her as black. She told the appraiser she would be out of town and that her brother would meet him there. She had a white friend meet the appraiser as her brother. The third appraisal came in at $259,000, more than double the other two. You see, in America in 2021, to give her home value, Carlette Duffy had to remove herself from it. And if that isn't everything you need to know about the progress we've made, then I don't know how to help you. Maybe this story will help you understand.
What you think?
That is a real thing, and I've learned that a long time ago. My auntie, I think she owns about 30 homes in Louisiana, and one of the things that I guess because going to the auctions and this, that, and the other, they wouldn't, like, she took a bid, there would always be somebody to come in and outbid her, and then she got a little smaller. Instead of paying so much for a house that she could have got for a third or maybe even a fourth of what she might have paid on the first two homes, she was able to acquire 30 of them because she hired a lawyer to do her bidding for her, and of course they were Caucasian, white, or whatever. So yeah, that it's a shame that type of thing is happening, especially during this day and age. But it does let you make you understand that a lot of the people some of the people, this dynamic still exists. Now, let's not get past the fact that this is a very small town in Louisiana where a lot of people want to, they're still trying to maintain that power, or
they kind of in the past. That's what you're trying to
express
say.
Theirs.
They
definitely.
Louisiana like 40 years in the past, man. I love Louisiana. My mama
depends
from
on where you at. Now, yeah, rural Louisiana, I would definitely say. Most of Louisiana, you're right. That is true. Some of us are truly progressive, not just on a political stance, but in actuality, that's really trying to grow. But yeah, for the majority, there's even though I think we have a quote unquote democratic liberal government, those ideals still stand regardless, a lot of them.
The old South, that's like the heart of the old South, Louisiana. Check this out.
Way in which we disenfranchise minorities in America. Step 1, disproportionately imprison black people.
Oh shit, hold on. I'm trying to turn it up. Can you hear it?
Way in which we disenfranchise minorities in America. Step 1, disproportionately imprison black people. Step 2, relocate black prisoners into prisons in rural white districts. Step 3, legally change their residency to the district that they're imprisoned in. Step 4, count them in the population census for that district. Step 5. Now when we decide how many representatives each district gets, the white communities get more because they have more people in them, even though the black population there can't vote because they're prisoners. While the black communities where the prisoners are coming from are losing representatives. We're literally stealing democratic power from black communities and placing it in white ones. You are using their bodies without their consent to gain power. That is a form of slavery, and it's happening everywhere, always.
What'd you think?
Now I'm not sure if I gathered all of that, but sounds like what they're saying is that because are they actually allowed to vote in prison?
Nope.
But because of their numbers that's in that county that the person lives is in, because of they are counting those numbers.
They're counted. They're counted, but they don't get to vote. Yes. They go into the census.
Wow. That's I mean, that's the part of democracy that I think is being misused. You know what I'm saying? It's I don't know, man. That's crazy. I'm still, I guess, a little bit in awe about that because and I guess they placed it in an area because are they using this for any one particular party, or is this just are they using those numbers to be able to get
you know it's for one party because it goes into the rural areas. What party dominates the rural areas?
Now that and then, I don't think.
And the prisons are always in the middle of nowhere. In the rural areas where it's very few people. And it's usually white folks out there in the middle of nowhere, just a few of them. So that's what happens. It's like, I could talk about this for a long time, but I'm gonna play this other video. But it has to do with how politics works in general in America. It's the legacy of slavery, because you look at those states like Idaho, Missouri, I don't know, those central northern states, they hardly have any fucking population, bro. It's hardly anybody out there. And those states have a lot of power. Like, which one is it? Idaho is the first state that goes into the whenever they're doing the you know what I'm talking about, the pre-election. My brain is not saying the right words, but when they're running for election, the first state, when it's presidential election and they're running for election, the first state they go to, I think, is Idaho. That's the first primary. And it gives them a lot of power because it leads what the rest of the the rest of the cycle goes in the direction kind of that, because like whoever wins, like that first couple states, they get like a bump. You understand what I'm saying? That's that political shit. I know.
I guess
that should have take your breath away when you really know.
And some of that is past my pay grade, but
here, check this out.
A lot of it, no, I don't understand to the fullest.
Oh shit, I got something. Hold on, I lost it. Here it goes. Check this out.
We have a man who everybody hates. We hate him. His mama hate him. His family hate him. The white police hate him. The regular white men and white women hate him. This is a man who is hated by everyone. The only solace that God made for him was us. And when he comes to us and can't get any sanctuary at all, then he don't have no life. And then they win, because what they want to do is to destroy him and make us think that we are better than him, so that we will help the enemy destroy our own man that God gave us. We have the best man on earth. Everybody wanted him. He looked better than everybody. He's stronger than everybody. He is the best, the wisest, and the most beautiful. Now, of course, many of our men have been tricked by the enemy too. But since we are the mothers, we have a man.
Yeah. What you think?
Well, she has been speaking that truth for a long time, and there was a bunch of fight about what she was saying when she came out, but now it seems that you know, more people are giving it well, more of a listen now. You know, the rebirth of because with Kevin Samuels, I think a lot of people start listening to her again. But she has a lot of great points that, and I say points. No, it's not points. She speaks a lot of truth that I wish our sisters understood because you know even like now, like I was raised by a single mother, you know. I think I grew up to be a good strong man, but there's a lot of things that in my childhood and in my early 20s, like you know, I, shoot, man, I wasn't worth a quarter until I was in my 30s. You know what I'm saying? Where I really start realizing, you know, myself and being able to learn myself on the mission
Me too.
to know thyself to where you know like if I had somebody who because like I said, I love my mother dearly. Couldn't nobody tell me nothing wrong about her then or today. But and I know that whatever happened between my mom and my dad, I know she did everything in her power to do the right thing. Um, but these programming that a lot of these women went through in the 70s, I would say, the late 60s, early 70s, on through the 80s, with the feminist movement. Um, because Shirazad, I forget I don't know how to pronounce it. Shirazad Ali,
They know who
however you
you talking
pronounce
about.
it.
They know who you talking
Yeah,
about. Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, I'm sorry for messing up your name, sister, but however, um, that message had come late, and then everybody fought it, and the people who benefited from us not being together, are more families. Because I mean, yeah, divorce and stuff is gonna happen, but at the same time, having no, or feeling that we do, women do need us, just like we need them, you know, would make our community so much stronger.
Yeah.
And that's one of those things, that look, I mean, neither one of us are bigger than the other, but in order for us to have, all these people that's been doing they fighting, they are married. They got, people, that they might have been out in the streets picketing and this, that, and the other, but they went back home to their husband. And we was our community, for whatever reason, like they didn't realize how they were being used, because after the black movement, after what's his name, Martin Luther King died, after Malcolm X died, and this, that, and the other, those movements that we had, that we was doing, that our family was doing together. And then when the feminist movement came along, they act like they was the ones getting hurt by their men, when shoot, we've been struggling together. We rubbed your nickel and my nickel together.
They got
What I'm saying?
co-op. They got co-opted by the white feminist movement. And you know what I think a lot of people tend to forget about, like, okay, the thing is, the feminist movement, the white feminist movement, is looking for equality between men and women. But the thing is, there'll never be no equality between men and women. Why? Because they different, like you were saying. And what I would say is, it's more like
nature.
It's nature. It's like a plug in a socket. Like, how like you plug the plug in to get the electricity, like one part's of male and one part's of female. They're different, but they fit together. They can't work without the other one.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
There's dynamics to it that I think, because I've had this discussion with my significant others, different females, that okay, I understand, let's just say you work an equal job, and you work the same place, the same company, you do the same job as this other person, this white guy, he's, works right across from you, and he's making, $10,000 or $20,000 more per year than she is, and I can see where the unfairness is there, but at the same time, we also have to look at in mass, the reason why men make more money than women is mostly because of the jobs, the actual jobs, like we take on more dangerous jobs where they take on more office jobs. So, you can't find an equal balance there. Now I can see, like I said in the beginning, you working right next to somebody, y'all got the same type of experience. Well, I mean, you already know how the system is set up. If you being upset that, they gonna pay their cousin a little more than they pay you, I mean, is that really a battle you want to take on? Because they don't. I mean, as much as you think that they care about you, they love you. They, you should see how you should take that as an example of knowing that they really don't. That's why we should be trying to build something out. Me and you. Me and this female, we should be trying to build something to where we don't have to work for them at all. But they've these salaries got them so attached. What's the dude from Shark Tank? He says a salary is just a drug to keep you, that keeps you away from um your own dreams, or I forget exactly how he said it, but you get on this for show money, and instead of doing what all of them did and was to take a risk on themselves, if we had that mindset more, in our community, shoot, we would have, you know, if we didn't have Apple, maybe we'll have a big tech company called Pear. I don't know. Like we could have a lot of these things they have.
And we should start building that shit now. And the thing is, but we can't, right? Because like the black woman, like just what you were saying, like the young black women is on that shit heavy, man, right now. Like they got their little old job and they got their little old Toyota, and they got their little old, Gucci purse or Louis Vuitton or whatever, and they got the little Burberry scarf, and they just, they feel like they're on the top of the world. You know what I'm saying? They got the Fendi shoes or whatever. They got the nice, nice car, nice little old job. But they don't know that that's that trap that they got stuck in, because they're stuck on that job because they gotta go back because they really like that BMW or that Benz that they drive, and they put that car note that they paying, and they can't leave that job because they like that car and they don't want it to get repoed, so they shackled to that job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I mean, some of these women, they are in a better position than they know, because let's just say, I'm not a college grad, but I went to school for 5 weeks, and I'm looking at some of my tax returns. Shoot, I hit over $250,000 in 2018. I'm a businessman, so, of course I got expenses that's in there, but I grossed over $250,000. Now, if I had gone along with the plan that I had with my my significant other, shoot, I could have maybe up to 5 trucks by now, because I lost some stuff. I had to restart and do this, that, and that, and the other. And if we had truly stuck with the plan, I say we because it was supposed to be we. If we had stuck with the plan, we could be millionaires.
And I ain't gonna lie, that's why my life is all messed up too, man. I had to start over like 3 times. And I posted on Instagram recently, I said, marriage is a business deal. And that's what a lot of people don't really understand. They going at it with some old other shit they thinking. I don't know what they thinking, but it's about future. It's about building a future. It's about building a legacy, building a kingdom, building an empire for your children. Some shit that's gonna be here after you gone. It's hard as hell to do that by yourself. Impossible even.
Legacy, duty, respect. Like, I mean, if you have respect for the person, because I mean,
Freedom.
for me, we have the respect for each other. We have, you know, like we gonna, do what's right for the family. Like there's things that's gonna happen in life that, we're humans, we mess up, but at the same time, if we have our eye more on, okay, what we're building, and okay, not only did I have to start over, they had to start over.
Yeah, exactly. That's
You
my
know what I'm saying?
point.
So I mean,
It's
and then
stupid.
okay, we're helping everybody else out more, especially being divided, because when we're divided, okay, you got your house and I got me a house instead of we got a house. So you got all these bills over at this place, a mortgage, this, that, and, all the bills that go along there, and then
I texted her. She coming.
I got my place and I'm paying all of these bills over here instead of combining both, because like my ex makes some pretty good money, maybe half of what I made, but at the same time, I mean, if that's combined, shoot, we already already close to half a million with just that. But for you not to have to be stressed out with going to these other people, I'm your only stress, what I'm saying?
It's crazy. It's insane. It don't make no sense.
If you only got to deal with my craziness, so you don't have to go and deal with their craziness and then come home and deal with my craziness. I mean, shoot, and to me, it makes sense. It only makes sense for us to be together.
It only makes sense, man.
If you're a feminist.
What? Yeah, go ahead. Here, check this out. This gonna back up what you were saying.
Get off my app. Femininity is
Wait.
what. If you're a feminist, get off my app. Femininity is what the gentlemen are looking for on my app, and you're going to have a much more success on my app. Femininity is so powerful and amazing and awesome. You don't think you can be feminine and a feminist? No. How come? It's an oxymoron. What about the definition of a feminist is just someone who believes in equal rights between men and women? I don't believe in equal rights between men and women. How come? Absolutely not. I work with Navy SEALs. You think I could keep up with those guys? No, and nor would I want to. Can I shoot a gun? Absolutely. Do I sleep with a gun? I do. A Glock. And I have an AR. But could I keep up with those guys? No, I couldn't. And nor do I want to profess to. But can I teach them things in certain arenas? And I do. But I think we need each other. So I don't believe in equal rights and equal strength and equal everything. By the way, it's a falsehood. It's the biggest false narrative that we have today. If you're a feminist, get off my app. If you're a feminist, get off. Okay.
What'd you think of that?
Yeah. I think that's something that, because a lot of them did have fathers, to be able to, bring some light to that.
Yeah, make her a little plate.
Early for them. But, I mean, she's absolutely right. I mean, there's just certain things that, like they make us better. We make them better. We make things easier for each other, especially if, we're going to work with a balance, try to balance the scale between man and woman. There's going to be things that I'm going to be able to do a lot more efficiently than she can. And there's going to be a lot of things that she's going to do that's going to be a lot more efficient than me. So if we try to find that balance, then we're both better off. I mean, it's really simple and plain. It's a part of nature. This is something that, generations before us, like, would not dare to fight over, because it's like, wait a minute, why do I really want to go out here and dig a ditch? Do I really want to go out here and try to police the country? Like, I mean, do I want to take, like, a lot of women, especially from other races, like, they don't try to fight that. And I really think that the whole feminist movement was something that to do what it did. I mean, maybe they're surprised that it worked so well, but I think that was one of the things that they did to try to keep us from to take our focus off of growing ourselves. So if the whole idea of economy starts with the family. Your home is your
Exactly.
first business, and if you don't have your franchise player in the building playing with you, you already lost.
And it's so simple.
It's so simple. It
I
is
don't
really
know.
simple.
I have no idea, man. And it's so much confusion out here. It shows what the media do. You know, they confuse. The movies, they confuse everybody.
Well,
You know,
and like there's a book. I mean, for the last I heard, I want it so bad, but it costs so much. It's like $14,000 for almost like a little pamphlet book. But it's the name of it is propaganda, and it teaches it teaches like systematically how they do it, and that's like this is the game they've been playing on us since the 1950s.
what is it? Coin Pro. I can't say it right, but yeah, man.
COINTELPRO.
Yeah,
COINTELPRO.
Man.
Well, those are systems that back up a lot of the things that we've been going through. Like, they're like the investigative, and like they set up people to, like to be able to destroy them or bring them down. People that's getting powerful enough to be able to make a difference in our society. Somebody who's got a big enough voice to, to shake people up and get them going. Yeah, they do what they can to hinder whatever movement that they're on.
Controlled opposition.
And this is Africa.
Here, check this out.
Yep.
And this is Africa, a continent of 54 sovereign states, 17% of the world's population, 9.6% of the global oil output, 90% of the world's platinum supply, 90% of the world's cobalt supply, half of the world's gold supply, 2/3 of the world's manganese, 35% of the world's uranium, 75% of the world's coltan. This is what makes Africa so attractive. And this is Africa.
So, like, the point of that little video is, they like to say Africa is so poor, but they've been extracting the resources and not, giving it to the people. They just, the private corporations, the private corporations are extracting all of the resources, and so Africa is rich, really. It's just the people aren't able to benefit from the riches. Go ahead. What you was gonna say?
Well, and that's the thing, that Africa, you said it right. Africa itself is rich. The people, on the other hand, because of the the politics there, the presidents, even the kings that still exist, or queens or whatever, the only person in our modern time that actually tried to be fair with the people of their country was Muammar Gaddafi, that I know of. There may be more, but the one
They
that
killed
was
him.
very public, they killed him, and that's because, like, he looks a little bit like them, like some of the Middle Easterners, but he felt like the people. Like, he did right by his people. Like, they didn't have to pay for, hospitalization. They got a check every month based on the oil that went in, that was sold out of the country. Like, that's really like, how
A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah.
You okay? Be careful. What did you do?
But this is.
Oh man, I lost him. You okay? What did you do?
I was trying to open the door and the door closed on my was trying to open back up the door. I hit my leg right here.
Stop trying to do so much. What you was trying to get?
I was just opening the door with my plate.
Oh,
And now my leg's really weak.
you'll be okay. I don't know what happened to our guest, y'all. Guess we're gonna wrap this video if he don't come back in. We're gonna wait for a few minutes. I'm gonna play something. Damn, I had it. I just lost it. Here it goes.
Segregation. Come on. This is a nice little neighborhood here. I'm going to show you modern day segregation. Come on. This is a nice little neighborhood here in Inglewood, California, but it's also right next to a freeway. Now, all I did was go to the other side of the freeway, and the neighborhood is, pretty much the same. Doesn't look that much different, but guess what? For some reason, houses on this side of the freeway cost twice as much as they do over in Inglewood. I'm sure the racial divide on either side of that freeway is just a coincidence, huh? And I'm sure the fact that Inglewood was redlined back in the 30s as hazardous has nothing to do with that either. And the extensive single-family only zoning on the west side compared to multifamily zoning on the east side also has nothing to do with it. See, first they redlined the whole city so that certain people could only live in certain neighborhoods. Then they changed the zoning laws to limit the number of houses that were allowed in a nice area. And then they built all these freeways to wall off the bad neighborhoods from the good ones, and destroyed a bunch of homes of people of color in the process. LA doesn't just stay this segregated by accident. Damn freeways keep it that way. I'm going to show you modern day segregation. Come on. This is a nice little neighborhood.
I thought I lost you, man.
You did. I don't know what happened, but I just went back. I just hit the link again.
Cool.
Hey, look. You see what's saying at the bottom?
Yeah. That's you now?
That's my new name. Yeah.
That's so cool, man. I got this my last name is Perkins. I know that was a slave master.
Well, not necessarily. I mean, a lot of the stuff that I learned through history is that the Moors existed all across the world, and that's like our origin is from here in America, and end up going all over the world. But Spain, I know you probably heard about the Moors in Spain. There was the Moors in England, like all over Europe.
This is what I study, bro. This is what I go to school for. This is what I know. Hey, I'm gonna tell you something though.
But have you ever identified them as that's who you are? You are the ancestor. They are your ancestors.
I be careful with a lot of stuff I say, but it's complicated. It's not simple, The Moors wasn't the only ones, black folks over here. Damn, you made me forget what I was gonna say. Damn, I lost it.
Timelines are important. So
yes, exactly.
Anytime you're dealing with history, timelines are important. But a lot of those people that were in Europe, that was in Africa, that had set up different civilizations, originally came from America. When they were expelled out of Spain, one of the things that they said was when they got expelled, they were going back home.
And a lot of people don't know this. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Niggas is a thing, bro. You have to think about it. White people are not creative, bro. They don't create shit. How the hell they came up with the Indians? That was them they called them Indians because they was fucking lost. So the thing about niggas, Negus, that's a thing. And that's what they called us because that's what we was. That's all right. So that's you had groups of people, like I say, the black, when they came over here and they saw the black folks, they called us niggas because they knew from before, from where they came from. Does that make sense?
Well, there's actually different reasons for that, because one of the things about frequency is that throughout time, like there's nothing new under the sun, and throughout time there's a certain frequency that a person puts out, but a lot of that nigger stuff really derived from just them because in Spanish, because of our majority dark hue, Negro in Spanish is that's black. English okay, it's already converted there for black. But they, even though we were, at one time they called the Nagash, uh, whatever, when you call on those things, those frequencies, just for whatever reason will relive itself. Because like even us, certain things that we say, um, you know, let's see, like trying to think of a good one that we say, because I mean even like the crib and just little things that we use as slang. Well, dang, this dude, he does a lot of science stuff, and he was saying how we use different slangs that actually, when you go to the purest form of it in science, it'll be that same thing, that where it results, it'll kind of just go right back into where it matches. So those frequencies will line up just because we're doing something based on our feelings and how, the way, we speak out what we feel. A lot of times it'll match back up even when you break it down in science.
And that's what I was gonna say, is that because I study anthropology, and one of the parts of anthropology is like linguistics. And the thing is, a lot of history is hidden in the words and stuff that we use. Exactly. Like, and then you can't. That's evidence. That's actual evidence that you can use. Like, that can't be disputed. Once you actually study and take those words back, then you're gonna have a really good picture of where that shit came from. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's that whole thing will go back into more science. That's really like a whole part of it, because these is people who have, pretty much designed the whole world in a way that we express ourselves, like with, linguistics, whether it's from, just regular street slang all the way up into, you know, law. It's broken down into a science. There's definitions, like where you can say the same word, but no, because it's spelled this way, it means this. So I mean, it's been broken down into science. So um we, I guess me having this conversation with somebody who at least have some understanding of it is really good, because you starting out from scratch with somebody, it's just like, okay, where do I begin?
That's why I don't explain stuff to people that have. You have to do some reading before I can even really talk to you, man. Like, about stuff like this. Like, you already have to know some stuff, because I can't break everything. It take class. It take hours.
Well, yeah, you're right, but I mean, it's still good to try to plant some seeds, because that's kind of what happened for me. Because even as a kid, a lot of the things I'm learning now, I'm able to be like, oh wow, okay, I'm able to relate it to something that I heard before, and then of course my interest level is already high, so I go into it a little, into it deeper, to where okay, I can actually really get into it. But yeah, you still need to plant seeds with these people, man, because a lot of the stuff that we know, we need more people to know.
That's
Because
why I'm doing this channel. That's why I'm doing this channel. And if you check out my videos, I always say I want people to be activists. I want the people out there that's listening, you guys out there listening, I want you to be an activist. Go out into your community and find something that's not right and try to freaking fix it. Do what you can. What I always say is do what you can. It's okay to not try to move a mountain. Just do what you can. Do something. Go out there, try to do something. And that's what I do in my videos. I try to make people angry, and that's what I be playing these videos. I'm trying to get people upset. I'm trying to educate them, and I'm trying to get them upset, because that's what's gonna get them off their ass and gonna go out there and maybe make a difference. Check this out right here.
What if I can I piss them off a little bit?
Go ahead.
We've been going out here in these different protests, and fighting for rights as a citizen that we're not truly citizens of. They gave us so, some people will go and try to fight you and say, "Oh no, we really citizens." No, I'm a citizen. You're not really a citizen of the United States for a few different reasons. First of all, the United States that exists now is not even a true government. It is a corporate entity that is running the government, just like
A lot of people don't know that. Go ahead.
So you actually are subjecting yourself to a corporate entity. What does a corporate entity? They're employees. You're employees of a company, a corporate. So
This is deep. You know about driver's license? How much you know about that? Like traveling and driver motor vehicle. The whole reason I don't want to break it down. You know what I'm talking about, right?
I know. Yes, I know all of that. And
Okay.
because
that's connected. Go ahead.
Yeah, those there's a lot of things that's a part of our our inalienable rights, but because we've attached ourselves to that corporate entity, that wipes us out of it, because we're not the original people that government was made for. Each person, because like even the Chinese people that's here in this country, they 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 vote outside of like they made a block for themselves to be able to withhold their power. Even though they got low numbers, they have because they've come together and put their block together, they can, hold whatever power they have here on the Western Hemisphere as Chinese people that actually are from a whole nother continent. We are from this continent, and because we want to attach ourselves to a people that came in and enslaved us and killed a bunch of our ancestors. Hey, I'm not telling you to still, to necessarily be angry. If you are, that's on you. But one thing is to recognize your own power, and there are systems in place for the people that was here before this. When it was a real government.
A lot of people don't know this stuff. It's sovereignty of the land. And I think that's what they're the most afraid of. They're most afraid of black people wake up and be like, wait.
Yeah.
If anybody got rights to this shit.
And I don't want them to get it mixed up with this whole sovereign citizen thing, because that's a whole nother. That's
them white folks actually. They be on that shit, and it got the niggas on it. That's different.
And that was also a way to be able to distract you from being able to get to the real nuts and bolts.
Exactly.
The meat of what you could really have, because I'm a part of a government, and you see this Ogun Shi. I'm actually Ogun Amaru Shi, and it's a part of the Shi Amaru tribe. And there's other tribal governments that have their own existing governments that exist, and they actually operate through that as their primary government, and are actually like dual citizens to the United States, which would make you a national. So
right.
when you're a national, because nobody can be a sovereign person, a sovereign citizen, just as an individual. You cannot be sovereign. So when you're a group, when you're a people, you actually can, you have a lot more power and protection. You never, like, a lot of people don't realize that, a lot of times when one of our people gets shot down in the streets, the reason why they can sweep it under the rug and, not really do anything for it is because
we're not citizens.
Yeah, you're not a real citizen. Like we're fictitious. We're only, like, if they really just look at some plain definitions in law, it'll, when you look at a person really is a fictitious thing. It's like something that looks real.
That goes to the straw man, and that's the reason why our names be in all caps whenever it's official stuff. It's always all caps.
Yes,
that's the reason.
Now that's the way that they've kind of had it set up, because I'm a natural person based on law because of the way I'm connected to my government.
But the United States law doesn't recognize your natural person. They only recognize your government person, the all caps person with the social security number and shit.
Only if they choose to.
I understand. I'm just explaining for the
people. That's the way that they've been playing it, because there's certain things they know that okay, y'all get to a point to where y'all want to tear some stuff up and this, that, and okay, y'all really serious about this one. All right. We're gonna do something. We're gonna send this dude to jail, or because I mean, once he's in prison, do you even really know he in prison?
He gone. He a ghost. That's what people always say. That's what people always say. When they go to jail, they gone.
They can send him to Barbados, and he
don't know where they at.
Yeah, they think he locked up, but he's somewhere in a whole nother country. He might be in Thailand.
And how would he know?
Well,
how would he know?
Well, yeah, the person. I mean, they know where they are, but I mean, as far as the people who's been fighting for the justice or whatever, the person that's supposed to be in prison, they're not gonna know what they really do with that person.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, they just tell them where they are. They'd be like, the name of the prison is always, it's like a state. That goes back to what we were saying. And it's always like the name of like a random ass city or random. I mean, it's its own entity.
Small country. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, but they can always say that he's in solitary. He's under protection, and he's never went to the place.
It's so crazy. I played a video about how they robbing everybody with the phone calls, and then they tripping about the cell phones. They can't have that as contraband. But they charge them so much for those phone calls coming out of there. That's fucking robbery, man.
Yeah, man, that's crazy, bro. Like they knew what they were doing when they did all of this, man. Like they knew, and then like that's the whole thing. Like if we were smart enough to step outside, because like we have every same right. Well, I mean, all the rights that you think you have, if you step outside of that, you can actually experience it. Like if you stop trying to attach yourselves to that entity that they call because I mean, do you even realize that they don't even really say United States of America anymore? They just say United States.
United States is a corporation.
A lot of times they just say that part is a corporation now, and that's how crazy legal jargon is, because legalese, if you understand legalese, you can see that when they use United States, they're talking about that corporation, and then
the corporation.
And then them, being able to represent the United States of America, because
it's just like the straw man for us.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly,
because the government is the actual living entity. It's the land, but as far as how they operated under
the corporation,
the actual corporation. So I mean, it's a lot of things to it, and people are like, oh man, you
they should be mad. What you know about the Federal Reserve is connected to this.
Well, the Federal Reserve, I mean, I guess to really get into that, I mean, Theodore Roosevelt, 1933. Oh, was it? No, was it?
The year don't matter. It don't matter. That was right after the Great Depression. Go on.
It was 1933, but I was trying to remember which Roosevelt it was. I think it might have been
Teddy.
The one.
Yeah, I think it was Theodore.
Yeah, I think it was Theodore, and he pretty much sold us away to the to the bankers. The Rothschilds. They pretty much owned up all of the banks in Europe, 5 different countries, with all of his sons, and they pretty much went international. So they
What?
were able to make a deal with America to be able to control the monies, and that's when they stole all of our great grandparents
And that's when we
whoever,
switched from
the
gold
gold standard.
back. That's
The
when we
gold
switched from
standard.
gold, and also that's when the Social Security numbers came out.
That's
What do you know?
they started using us on the bond system.
Exactly. A lot of people don't know that. It's on your birth certificate.
Yeah, and
It's on your birth certificate.
Exactly. So I mean, that's one of the things that you can clear up and possibly be able to. I haven't gotten that far into my because I'm still trying to
your studies.
finalize.
I can
Well, no,
tell
it's
you've
not
been
the- no,
studying.
it's not- Yeah, it's
Go
not
ahead.
really so much the studies, it's actually the actual action of it. Like I hadn't gotten that far as, being able to reclaim that because, as Patrick Anders sits, Patrick Anders, that entity is a business. It's a bond. It's something that's getting sold and traded across the
Right.
world. So the money that comes from that, because I control it now, I should be able to. Like I said, I haven't got the fruit from it yet. So that's why I'm saying.
We talked about this in one of my videos. It was a chat with Cuzzo. I think that's the name of it. And when you have time, check it out. It'll be interesting to you because we talked about this exact same subject and we went kind of into details. What I want to say is though, what do you know about like Paris, Versailles, and like the Vatican connected to this whole thing we're talking about?
Okay, that's the other part of the United States that people don't understand because a lot of times when you hear the United States, you think of the 50 states. Well, the four states that actually run this country and who's been getting these corporate entities is Washington, D.C., London City, the Vatican, and Israel. Those are also considered United States. So that's where a lot of the
that's why people don't understand the politics and how we so friendly with Israel and moving the embassy and all that shit is connected. That's why it doesn't make sense to the people in America. They're like, why the fuck do we give so much money to Israel every year? What the fuck?
Well, and I'm gonna tell you, a lot of this stuff lies on us. I mean, I'm not one of those literal believers of the Bible. I think there's a lot of principles that we're supposed to learn from it, and there's a lot of ancient principles that's in the Bible that we should really take into consideration and act on because it's really left up to us. Like we are the beginning of all of this.
Yeah.
Like we're the reason for our fall, and we need to be the reason for our rise.
Tell your mom.
So we really need to take action on changing these dynamics because if you think about every time there's a big voting thing going on, why is it that they looking to see what the black people want, or what direction are the black people voting?
There's a lot to that. I mean, that's kind of go ahead.
No, I mean there's a lot to it because they know that we are the rightful heirs to this country because we are the indigenous people of this country. So it's layered, but even though they have us as black people, the international, like people from different continents and countries or whatever all over this planet, they know that it's really us. When it comes to the UN, they like a lot of it is based on what we want.
The UN is such a big joke.
Really, huh?
I said the UN is a big joke. Go ahead.
Well, to an extent. Now, I mean, there's some things that need to be changed, but I mean, because of a lot of the stuff, the countries that are involved were able to push forward the rights for indigenous people because they could continue genocide on us. And because I mean, really, that's what's been happening. A lot of the stuff that we've been fighting for, slavery, like this ADOS stuff, freedmen, all these different things that people fighting for, but they were able to take it from you because even with whatever you were calling yourselves in the 1800s and 1900s when all these different things were going on, if that status was so great, then how were they still able to rob you blind? So I mean, there's something that's new and improved today that beats all of that stuff, fighting for civil rights and hey, where my money at? But as a black person, a lot of these people, our black leaders, know what will get it for us, but they won't because they're the gatekeepers. They're the ones that's gonna distract you. They the ones getting paid to be able to keep you distracted from finding out the real reason or the real process that'll keep you from getting further as a people.
Woo. And it's a lot of what am I trying to say? The token Negroes hold that position too. They hold that position down.
Yeah, the Boule.
Yeah.
That's one of the top groups that the black people come through. A lot of them went through the Prince Hall Freemasonry. Now,
I knew he was gonna say that.
But it is. I mean, but
yeah.
If you think about it, because I mean, a lot of these groups are made up through Greek, these Greek fraternities and sororities.
Right.
So you can't get it mixed up because regular masonry is our people. This is where they gain the knowledge that they have to be able to, because they were let in on some of the secrets or whatever. So they have some of this knowledge, and they know that if they keep most of the knowledge from, especially black people, they know that, we'll be able to use it on them even better because it's in our DNA. This is stuff that we created. And DNA is just memory. This is something that we just have to be able to tap into.
Ooh, that was one. Say that again. DNA is what? Say that again.
It's just genetic memory. All the things that our ancestors went through and done or whatever, they left it behind for us. It's just memory.
Man, a lot of people don't know that. You could just look that up in science. That's a science right there. You could just that's
man, they're too distracted, man. Like they allow themselves to get sucked up and sucker punched by all of these different, movements and just it's the propaganda, like allowing themselves to. Because I mean, a lot of us are just lazy. Some of us really want to do some things, but then because you feel like the next man might be a little bit smarter than you, you'll sit back and be like, all right, well, let's do what you want to do. But at the same time, there's a lot of people saying stuff to you that you've been programmed to not listen to.
That's that cognitive dissonance. And they get mad. They literally get mad when you tell them something. Like if you I like, what I like to say? I like to say I don't believe in Jesus. And then people get mad. I mean, like, I believe in God. I do believe in God. I don't believe in Jesus. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I may not say it the same way because, he was symbolic. And really I like to use Yeshua, as that because Yeshua would represent the melanated version of it, but the messianic frequency, which wasn't just Jesus. Moses was a messianic figure. Adam was a messianic figure. Like a lot of different people in the Bible had that representation. Enoch was one that they took out of the Bible, but there's a lot of things that's there
That's
that
funny.
we don't have to, hold dear and true. Like, no, he was real. He was a real person. Like, I mean, dude, that was 2,000 years ago. Why does that part matter? Are
Even
you
matter.
are you learning the principles? Are you using these principles? You can quote all these different verses in the Bible, but do you act on any of it?
Exactly. They leave out the church and run over old ladies in the
parking lot. In the parking lot. You ain't even left church yet.
It's so crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. I don't know what to say about that. But I like what you was saying about the Masons, because like really it's knowledge, right? And the thing is, great knowledge, you gotta, great knowledge, with great knowledge is great responsibility. And then and what's more valuable, So what do you do with valuable things? You tuck them away, you hide them, you keep them safe, because it's dangerous for someone that don't know what they're doing to dabble in this stuff. And I think that's what's happening. I feel like the world is ran by children. I really do. I feel like the world is ran by children. It's like if you knew how to make a bomb, Pat, would you teach your son how to make a bomb? You know what I'm saying? And he's young. So with that knowledge, he liable to blow himself up.
Yeah, it takes a lot of responsibility for this, because I mean, there's certain, like you said, I mean, there's certain people you really can't have this conversation with, even if they're 80. Like,
they're just not ready.
They're not ready. Like, it might really send them into shock. Like they, might have a heart attack. Wait, what you say about Jesus?
Yeah.
I mean, everybody. I couldn't have this conversation with my dad, or like, I protect my mom. I don't really, take a lot of this onto her, but or even like a lot of the women that, like, they're not really ready. There's, if I have a woman that came to me that, I could see that they had some of this knowledge, and they are already accepting of it and understand a good bit of it, yeah, I have a conversation. But a lot of our women aren't really ready for this, because they've taken the blue pill, and like they might have taken a few of them, like they are drunk, or they're high on this matrix. Yeah.
Yep.
So but what, let's go back, because I wanted to say to like the whole masonry, to understand that what is a mason?
For me,
no,
well, it's like you said, it's confusion, because a lot of people have this Mason thing going on that they think what they're talking about, but they don't know what they're talking about. The Mason goes back to.
Well, before we get into the group Masons.
Yeah, that's
like,
totally different.
Yeah, before we get into just like the definition, what is a Mason? Like, what does a Mason do?
He's
like
he's a builder. He's a person who deals with rocks. He deals with stones.
Okay, so
he's a stone crafter. He's a master crafter. He's an engineer, really.
Yeah. Okay. So at the core, we know that he's a builder, a builder of many civilizations. He's a builder of science. Like, even like that. Like, I mean, there's so much information got in my head, because like the first compass was made here in the United States thousands of years ago.
I've heard that.
You know about the prime meridian?
Well, what do you mean? What about the prime meridian?
The prime meridian that's been figured out through the stars and the
that's science.
Yeah, all of the science, like being able to figure out time by the way that the earth moves,
right?
And based on the stars and this, that, and the other, be able to tell you
right
what time it is.
That's how the clock. All the clocks are based on that. Yes.
Yes, that was us. All of that originated here, and of course the prime meridians moved after so many, centuries, but they were able to figure that out and place pyramids in those positions to be able to calculate that over time, so that, you know, I guess when they come back another 5,000 years from now, or however many hundreds of years, that memory will come back and they'll be able to do the same thing. They left marks for us to be able to do all these things.
That's the point.
And
Yeah.
they didn't do, and it wasn't no simple thing. Here, let me put a piece of wood in the ground to be able to.
They know that the calculations are so intricate that we don't even have the tools today. I'm not talking about building the pyramids. No, I'm talking about the position that they're in. What you're talking about, the specific position. That shit is crazy. You know, that makes you think about outer space or aliens or whatever, because really to be able to see it, you'd have to be looking from the top. You can't see that from the earth.
Well, we've been here for millions of years. I'm just gonna say we, because it's our ancestors. So I mean, they're just a replica. We're a replica of them. So
That's
I
what
mean,
I think.
we were here.
We obsessed with aliens. I think we're the aliens. I think that's why we're obsessed with aliens, because we're the aliens.
That's the thing. All you have to do is break down words. You know, we're extraterrestrials. What is terrestrial? What is the terra? It's the land.
Earth. Yeah.
Yeah. It's Earth.
Yeah.
We're extra. We're extra over all the rest of them. So I mean, extraterrestrial. That is us. Now, did we come from?
I've said. Wait. I've said this to a whole bunch of people, and you're the first one that was receptive of it. That's so crazy. You know what I do? I say stuff jokingly just to see where people is at, and then I'll depending on their answer, whatever. I'll say, oh, I was just joking or whatever. Just to kind of brush it off. But I also be trying to plant seeds, and I also be just trying to see where they at. If they really, how far have they gone?
Yeah.
Apparently you've gone pretty far, further than anybody I've talked to. Damn, I can't think of nobody.
Say, man, look, one thing, if you shut yourself off, because I mean, a lot, I actually prayed to whatever entity that would allow me to be able to tap into whatever truth is. And that's one of those things that, I mean, the highest being that there is, that we'll never see, touch, or feel, except for when we're going through this world. Because I mean, a lot of people talk about space, but what's in front of you? I mean, we're walking in space. We live in space.
I said that in my video just now, bro. Like, they so crazy, like that. Like when you talk about heaven, because that's when I get on that, because people be talking about heaven, like heaven is another place. There is no other place. There's just the universe. We're on a ball that's floating through it. Like, the atmosphere is so thin. We would float right out into space. Like, it's we are in space right now. That's what the hell people keep forgetting. Yeah. There's no other place. We're in space now. Come on. There's no heaven is not another place, because there is no other place. Hell is not another place, because there is no other place. Now you got upper and lower levels, but it's all one.
Just to add, really just to kind of add on to that, I mean, it is not a place. It is a state of mind. It's a state of being, because, we live in polarities, good and bad, good and evil, good and evil, whether it's the
yin and the yang.
Yeah, it's the yin and yang thing. So I mean, and we just got to find our balance in it, because if you waiting to die to experience heaven, you don't have a life. Like, I mean, we're supposed to all live in abundance. Like, we everything, like, your heaven can be now, and based on a lot of our upbringing, especially if you were in Christianity, man, I'm gonna tell you, like, you've been, like, if you try to act like what's this blasphemy and you know, all these different things. These are creations to be able to manipulate your mind to be fearful of.
Because soon as you start going down that road to the truth, now you blasphemous or whatever, you're evil or you worshiping the devil or whatever, and it scares you, and then you go back into your little box. And what I say about all the religions on the planet, they're all boxes. And if you keep growing spiritually, you're going to grow right out of them. It doesn't matter which religion you're in. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to leave your religion as far as like the principles and stuff that you've learned, but you have to, if you want to continue to grow spiritually, you got to look for other places to get spiritual guidance.
Well, the way I was taught, the religion is for kids, and I hate to put it that way. Religion is really for kids.
Damn, you're the only person, bro, that gets this shit. It's so crazy. I hope somebody watches this damn video.
I mean, it's to help kids get structure, but then, you know, we're all supposed to live life and put all these things into practice.
That's the simplest, like the simplest form. Like it's boiled down to the simplest elements. And yes, that's good for kids. I mean, because they haven't, their brain hasn't developed enough to be able to start going down that spiritual journey. So you plant those little seeds so the seeds can grow. The problem is we weed them out, or we stamp them out when they start to grow. And this whole system is like that. It's to keep everybody in a box, keep it from growing, so that, you know, they can be controlled and manipulated. It's so simple.
Look,
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I know. I thought you was closing on that point. I'm sorry. I didn't mean.
Go ahead. I don't know what I was saying.
Because with my son, you know, he's too young for me to really take him down the rabbit hole. But at the same time, I'm still giving him pieces because he's just asked me, you know, about heaven and hell. Is it real? And of course, I still like, yeah, it is real, but it's not a place. This is something that, you know, you can choose to have either one. You know, you can have
state of mind.
Yeah, you can have heaven right here while you living.
You have hell too.
Or you can have hell right here while you living.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of our people are in hell.
Lost in the matrix,
and they thinking they it's like, well, damn, if I died, then I mean, you know, like they're thinking that it's all based on, you know,
what's gonna happen later. And like, isn't that the biggest con that you could ever get? It's like, meanwhile, I'm living riches and living good. You just chill. You're gonna get yours after you die.
Yeah, and they've been made to be evil, where they've just accepted life and just like, look, I'm not going for that. You know, I mean, a lot of these people that they put evil on might have some real, you know, understanding and knowledge that there's really no such thing as those different places, and they wasn't really tied up into it the same way that a lot of us were.
And I think you just struck something that's really, really deep that a lot of people don't understand about knowledge, because what I like to say is like a knife, right? You can use the knife to butter your bread, or you can stab somebody in the neck with it. You know what I'm saying? So the thing out there, the knowledge is really the same. When we talk about the masonry or whatever, the people can choose to use it in the way they want. And you know, you got people out there who's using it for evil, you know, and then you got people that's using it to grow. So
and that's very true. Because I mean, the example I usually use is water. I mean, you can make your glass full of water, or you can, you know, get immersed and drown in some water. I mean, is it really bad? You know what I'm saying? Like, is water bad? You know, it can have it can nourish your body. You know, it can keep you from dehydrating, but it can also kill you. It can also drown you. So, I mean, fire.
Same thing.
You can burn up in a house, or it can cook your meals. So
exactly.
There's polarities to everything. So
exactly.
you can't call anything good or bad. I don't care what you use.
Man, I just said that in my last video. I did the example of the lion and the gazelle, but that's what I said because we were talking about religion, and she said something. It was the one with Ayana. It was the Chat with JT. That's the name of the video. And she said something about religion, and she was like, it's good or it's bad or something. And I was like, well, what if there is no good or bad, you know? And, you know, a lot of people can't get their brain around that concept. You know, it's again, that's the yin and the yang. It's the universe. It's everything, you know, God and the devil, you know, it's like, damn, I lost what I was going to say. Anyways, you know, the everything is one, you know. Oh, that's deep too. You know, there's somewhere in Africa, it could be, I don't know, old tribe, and they the way they count, they only use one. One is the only number, and they count everything that way. And it's just it's everything is either one or pieces of one. So the thing is, that's the universe. You know what I'm saying? And then that's also helps you understand spirituality, you know, and if you still look at the world through good and bad, that's going to leave you in a box that you can't grow out of, that you're going to be missing all of this knowledge of the universe because you're trying to look at it between a good and bad, you know, way.
Your lens is blurred. Like, I mean,
yeah, your perspective is bad.
Yeah, you got, yeah. I mean, if you, whatever lens you're looking out of, it's got smudges in it because you can't see it clearly because you have these blocks on it that says, well, if I go to this extent or this, once I get this far, then, you know, I got to turn around and go back because that's, you know, that ends it, you know, if I do this. But at the same time, I mean, everything in life is about balance, you know, like that's even when we go into this whole homosexuality type stuff. I mean, okay, that is, there's two different sexes. Like, if all sexes were, you know, the same or was supposed to be that way, like, why are we, you know, like, why did God create, or why did this universe allow to have a positive and a negative, you know, a penis and a vagina? Like, why is that the only way that you can have more creation, make more of you with those two entities? Like, I mean, even in science, two positives repel, two negatives repel, but a positive and a negative come together. So, like, I mean, anybody that's going against nature, that's where I would come to say that that's bad.
Oh, I know what I wanted to say earlier, because you was talking about how they left like stuff, you know, signals for us to pick up on. Like the Baphomet is one of them. The image of the Baphomet, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That's actually a really old thing, and really
Capricorn.
Yeah. But the image has a lot of details in it to give you knowledge. You're supposed to learn from this. You're supposed to extract the knowledge from that image. It's kind of like when we was talking about the pyramids, but we didn't talk about this, about how, like, you know, the hieroglyphics, because, you know, how like today, right? The media, it's all fucked up. You know, we don't know what the fuck is or ain't, right? But like I say, they're not, like you were saying, their knowledge is way ahead of where we are now, way back then. So they wrote that shit in stone so that it can't be misconstrued. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they know that they had been here many times. They know that they had been here many times and didn't leave those marks. And as they come back through, because, you know, you can call reincarnation or, you know, whatever you want to call that, because like I said, we're just another, you know, we're just a copy of our ancestors, you know. But if, you know, they started doing that because they didn't want to lose the knowledge for when they come back to be able to have to start over at zero again. So yeah, they started doing that after, you know, millions of years of, you know, already.
They realized some stuff. They realized that, you know, like the media or whatever, the message gets misconstrued and twisted. So then they leave these things that can't be misconstrued. But, and I'm scared to talk about this, I ain't gonna lie. You know, they've been working in the pyramids, and they've been trying to, like, because those walls tell stories. And the thing is, the knowledge That's why you can't go in there. But they've been doing this for years. They've been trying to etch that shit away, bro.
Well, yeah, I mean, because that's the whole thing. You know, that's one thing that for, you know, their great grandparents have been trying to figure out a way to, you know, and they've been following behind them to try to get rid of our history, because there's so much of it that proves our, you know, all like it. Well, actually, it disproves all of the things that they teach us. So they're trying to really, you know, find a way to make themselves, either make themselves those people, or to just totally be able to erase the fact that it's us, the people that
And they can't.
they've
been trying hard. And it's like the noses. Why the noses all shot off, broken off all the damn old statues, you know? That's because that was a nigga nose. They could see that. And you know, a lot of people don't know the Sphinx is older than the Great Pyramids.
Yeah.
You know, they don't even know how old the Sphinx is. They don't know. You know, there's evidence around the Sphinx that shows water, evidence that there was water, like a river, lake, sea, or whatever. This water was, you know how water does. It leaves evidence that you can't deny. You know that there was water there. You know what I'm saying? So, but the thing is, there wasn't that part of Africa. There wasn't no water there for a long ass time. But you know what? They know it was a sea there. They go there now and go find fossils in the desert of ancient fish and shit. That's what, and they do a lot of studying out there because they keep finding all these really old extinct animals, and it was a sea. It was a shallow sea was there.
Well,
so saying the Sphinx was probably there then. So, and that was a long time ago. But what I'm saying is the Sphinx, if you're not gonna build something in the middle of a lake or a little small ocean like that or whatever. Well, there's something with the pyramids with the water and electricity and stuff, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about how old the Sphinx is, because it was probably built. It was probably built before there was even a lake. I mean, before the sea or whatever the hell that was there.
All right. Are you familiar with the Clock of Destiny?
No.
All right.
Unless this goes by another name also.
Well, the Clock of Destiny. All right. You know that we just left out of the Piscean age, right?
Well, see, you're confusing me, because the way I look at that is the fish. What is it? Pisces. Oh, you saying it different. Oh yeah, we're going into the age of Aquarius. That's what you're talking about, right? You're talking about the precession of the equinox. That's what you're talking about, right?
Yes. All right. So it's just like the zodiac. It's the zodiac is set up on a monthly basis, yearly basis.
A year cycle, 26,000 years. I know what you're talking about.
Well, because that's actually 2166 years is an eon. So for every eon, it switches to another age. An eon and an age, that's the same thing.
Precession of an
age.
Yeah.
So we're moving into a new age,
which
is Aquarius. So that's where, like, our Earth, you know, it spins 1,000 miles per hour. You know, we see the sun. You know, for like, how, all right, we're going through that cycle, but when it comes to these eons, just like every month it changes a constellation. As it passes through a constellation, we move into a different cycle. So it's doing that every age. So, like, if you even look at what's the Catholics,
right? Well, the fish for Pisces. And then before that, it was the bull for Taurus. I know all about this. Is what I studied, bro.
Aries, Aries or whatever it was. Yeah, there's Taurus.
It was Taurus. It was the bull, and then it went to the fish, which is Pisces, and then now we're in the water barrier, which is Aquarius.
Yeah,
and it's all related to the stars, and you know, and what you was talking about is the cycle. It's the solar cycle. It's the because everything goes in a cycle. Everything has a orbit, and even the sun has an orbit. A lot of people don't know that we do circle the sun, but the sun has an orbit of its own.
Yeah, well, see, and that one of the things is like America went through an ice age.
Why you want
nobody here knows about it because you don't live long enough to be able to see it. So if we like, I know I'm going off a little bit, but like Antarctica melting, that's not global warming. That's just the way that our Earth is spent to where, you know, there's going to be another ice age somewhere.
It's the cycle.
It's a part of the cycle of our universe.
Right.
And there's going to be a place that's going to end up being cold as hell, freezing, and all that other kind of stuff. So, I mean, these are just different cycles that, you know, this planet goes through. So, you know, as far as the water that we were talking about with the, because I mean, the Earth is going to shift. It's going to make different tilts, different degrees of change that it's going to make to where our oceans are going to move to a different level, and the water is going to shift to those places. So that's just like what they say Atlantis. Like these were places that used to be above water.
Right.
There's other places out in the ocean that we'll probably, you know, like our descendants, like people that come after us, they'll be able to see those things again because of the rotation of the Earth. And that's just like the big flood with Noah. It was, you know, that was the, you know, symbolically, you know, saying, you know, this great flood, but that's just a part of how our you know, our planet interacts with the moon, all these different planets, because as it spins, it's not just spinning just one specific, or it's going to change angles. So where water is now, there may not be water. It's going to be somewhere else. They might have to start up a civilization somewhere else. Antarctica is going to be able, because Antarctica was able to you know, a tropical place at one time.
Yeah. So it's like a polarity, and it's like we're switching polarities, you know, North and South Pole. What do you know about Planet X, Nairubu? I can't pronounce shit today. You know what I'm saying, right? Nairubu and Planet X and all that. What do you know about that?
Well, that's a part of the same kind of thing we're dealing with us orbiting throughout the universe. And that really, I mean, I guess I should say multiverse, because it lives within a universe itself. So I mean, by it, you know, us interacting with it every so many thousand years is just because of the way it turns and the way we turn our movement,
orbit,
you know,
the orbit.
Yeah,
right.
That's all it is.
Yeah. That's what it is, and a lot of people don't know. But you know, there's a lot. I always say science is looking for God. Science is like a religion of its own, and it's searching for God. And you know, because it's like it's the atheist religion or whatever. But they're really searching for God. They're searching for hard evidence of God. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think. And but back to the space thing, it's kind of like, you know, about the asteroid belt and shit. And it's like it's like there's a planet missing right there. And they don't really have a good explanation for their explanation for the asteroid belt is no good. You know, it's a couple other things that they don't have good explanations for is the moon and you know, the proportion size of the moon that we have. And then we only have one moon, and it's really huge compared to us. I mean, it's not, we're way bigger than it, but it's most planets don't have moons this big. I don't think there is a planet that has a moon this big in comparison to its size. So what I'm saying is that like science and then when they do find stuff, they find us, and then they're trying to explain this shit away, and like, you know, that's the reason why they're stuck. They're stuck because they don't want to, you know, admit the truth about things, and they keep trying to find a way around it. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah, because there's pyramids on the moon.
I saw that. I don't know about that. I mean, I'd have to see more evidence of that.
Well, from my understanding, I haven't done the actual research myself, but based on some of the things I've studied, the moon was a part of Earth.
Yeah, that's what it is. But yeah. So that's what it is. What it is. Like, okay, like I said about the asteroid belt and all that. So, and then Planet X, all of this is connected. And also the Bible, Book of Enoch. What could possibly have happened? There was another planet out there that's not there no more. And the asteroid belt is pieces of it. And the thing is, the planet was on an orbit, on one of those elliptical type orbits, the ones that go way out in deep parts of the universe and then kind of come back. Because people don't understand orbits. Like, they think it's a circle, but not necessarily. Like, it's pretty much not going to be a circle. It's a, you know, like a sphere, like a perfect sphere. It's not going to be that. It's going to be some other shape, you know. So the thing is, some of them have like a elongated orbit. It's stretched out, like, you know, like whoop. Anyways, so you had this planet who had this elongated orbit, and freaking it chipped the Earth. It hit us, bow, and it broke apart. It disintegrated, and that's why. See, the moon is really a piece of the Earth that recoalesce. If people really understand gravity, because gravity doesn't behave the same on the Earth as it does in space, because, you know, we're on the Earth and the gravity of the Earth dominates us here. So, but whenever you see anything, right, like if, like, let's say some oil, you drop some oil in some water, it's going to automatically make like a bit of a ball, you know, it's going to make a bit of a ball. So that's what happens in space. You know what I'm saying? So you had pieces, and those pieces coalesce together to form, because when they went to the moon, they took the moon rocks back, and then they was like, none of these, there's rocks on the Earth that's older than the rocks on the moon. There's no rock on the moon that's older than the rocks on the Earth. The moon is younger than the Earth.
Now that part, I mean, I can't agree or disagree. I'm not so certain about that part, because I mean, as far as I would think, you know, maybe they haven't found some rocks on the moon that are just as old as Earth, because that was, I mean, they were one, and I would assume that if it broke apart,
I'm probably saying it wrong.
I'm just going on just, you know, my, you know, simplistic reasoning, but, you know, if it was together at one point, then, you know, and possibly with it being away from Earth, being out, maybe it's not aging as fast as what is aging here.
That's not how it works. But I probably said it wrong. But but that goes back to what we were saying about the aliens, extraterrestrials or whatever. Because if you read the Book of Enoch, some of the shit don't make sense. The only way it makes sense is if somebody was out there. Like, and that we have to ask ourselves where we came from. If you do believe in the extraterrestrial thing, because I don't go this far with a lot of people, but you have to think about where we possibly came from. You know what I'm saying? That's Planet X. Freaking, you can't live Mars. Well, Mars is a whole nother story. But Venus.
Yeah, I was just about to say, because
I don't even want to start. I'm gonna stay within this. We can't
even say that the information they have about it is 100% correct.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay away from Mars for the moment, because Mars could also have been a planet that we came from, because we know that Mars had an atmosphere like us. And you see, it falls in the Goldilocks zone, like with the Earth. And that's what I was going to say. Venus is too hot. You know what I'm saying? We do have Mars, but the next planet over, we can't live on that one either. So what I mean is, if we did come from one of the planets in this solar system, the planet would have to be in the Goldilocks zone. You know what I'm saying? The place where liquid water could live, because as far as we know, nobody, life can't live without liquid water. So not too hot, not too cold.
What planet is it where it rains diamonds?
That's Venus.
Neptune. Is it Venus?
I think that's Venus. I really do. I think that's Venus. I think that's Venus, because once you start, the interesting planets are the closer ones. Once you start getting out, they become ice, or either gas giants or ice giants.
And see, that's the thing. I think it was like Pluto. I don't think it was as close as Venus. I think it was like, Neptune or Pluto or something. Is Saturn, and maybe it's Saturn.
It could be Saturn, because Saturn is close enough. Yeah, it could be Saturn, because I might be mixing up Saturn and Venus. My brain is, I always say, a lot of times I say the opposite of what I'm trying to say, but so it would have to be one of these ones, because the other ones are, you got the gas giants, Jupiter, and them. They, the atmosphere, like there's no, as far as we know, there's no hard like land, as far as we know, like it's like it's a gas giant. So we wouldn't be able to live there. And when you go further, it's just frozen, frozen rocks basically. So, it would have to be one of these closer planets. But and then the story about Mars is really interesting too, because it's kind of like, what if we did come from Mars, or some of us came from Mars, and how like when they be talking about destroying the planet or whatever, like some kind of technology was created that like maybe we was going through a global warming or something, and then we tried to save the planet or something, and then we created some kind of technology that just fucked off the atmosphere, because they don't even know what happened to Mars. Because like I say, Mars had they know for sure that Mars had it had an atmosphere just like ours. They pretty sure it has liquid water. They're pretty sure it has liquid water.
Yeah, one of the reasons why they're so caught, this whole talk with, what's the Tesla guy's name?
Elon Musk.
Yeah, Elon Musk. Yeah, the reason why they're talking so strongly about Mars, I mean, they know that's like whatever cataclysm that happened however long ago, like it's in a position where it actually has water. There's actually civilizations there, just like like the pyramids, like they'll go there and be like royalty in Mars, because like it's already set up. They wouldn't even have to go and start building right away.
Yeah, they want to terraform. They want to terraform Mars. That's what they want to do. Yeah, that's what because they're worried. So they want to have another place to go, but also they want to colonize. When you look at Star Wars or Star Trek or whatever, you see all.
Uh-oh, you breaking up. You still there?
Two arms, a lot of them,
Hello.
Okay, I'm here.
You were gone for like 20 seconds.
Oh, okay.
I didn't hear none of what you just said.
I was talking about terraforming Mars. Did you hear that part?
I heard the beginning of it, and then it went
out. So like terraforming Mars, making it habitable, saying, for humans. I don't know where I was going. I forgot where the fuck I was going, but
10 years ago they sent people out there in capsules for them to be able to live, and like these are people who like were like on just a whim. Okay, they're gonna go there and try to live almost like a what was that movie with
Oh, that's what I was saying. Wait. That's what I was saying. I was talking about the aliens in Star Trek and Star Wars all looking humanoid, all having like 2 arms and 2 legs and basic, like basically like us, just slightly different. But if you really was looking at aliens, they wouldn't. And if they evolved from another planet, they're not going to look like us at all. Like they might not even have legs, arms, eyes, none of this shit. Like they're completely different. Because science, science tells you that, you're going to conform to your environment, and your environment is what's going to make you who you are. But the reason why Star Wars and Star Trek has all these humanoid aliens is because that's like the future in reverse of like, the white folks fucking colonizing the fucking solar system. And then, of course, if we did colonize somebody on another planet, after a while, they're going to look different, but they're still going to have some resemblance to us. You got me?
Yeah, I feel what you're saying. But I mean, if we really look at the actuality, because I mean, if everything is true, let's just, based on what we do know about certain races, some of them only been here for a few thousand years.
That's what I be saying.
When things happen, let's just say when these different things happen with these different planets, the moon or whatever, when the Dogon and what's the whether Nibiru or Planet X or whatever was last here, it wasn't the people who's investigating it now.
Oh, hell no. That's the reason why they're studying so hard. They're trying to learn all this shit like really fast. They're doing like a crash course. But the thing is, we knew this shit way back in the day. Like you mentioned the Dogon. Them niggas, they knew the spec. They knew information that they shouldn't have known. And that's what the white folks know for sure. And that's why they always keep going over there talking to the Dogon. They're trying to figure that shit out. They want to know. Go ahead.
This is a thing I want to ask you. Do you, because all right, now just like we're saying, like we can't recreate a pyramid to the excellence that these pyramids that we can say that's 50,000 years old, 5,000 years old, like, because I think the Great Pyramids, I mean, they still trying to figure out exactly how old they are, but I know the pyramids that's here in North America are older than all of those. But just on the surface, if they had that type of technology, and I've asked other people and they look at me like I'm crazy, I'm like, you don't believe that as smart as those people were, that they didn't have Wi-Fi, or they haven't had Wi-Fi before?
Yeah, they were more advanced than us. They had better technology than we have. We're just starting over. I think that what happened, it happens, like you say, cycles happen, and the fall of man. And I think that's what the Bible is talking about. It's trying to, it's like kind of like a warning. It's the fall of man. Man fell and then had to try to like come back, and evolve again. Like try to, we lost all that knowledge. Time went by. It's so long, so deep that we lost. That knowledge was lost. So we have to learn all this shit again.
Well, and that's part of what the whole masonry, us being able to see these pyramids and things that's still here from however long ago, 100,000 years, because they're saying stuff here in America. They're saying like they still think it could possibly be older, but it's at least some of these things at least 130,000 years old. So
I was reading something that was really interesting, but I can't find any more information about it. But I think it was in Oklahoma. They went to Oklahoma. It was on a private land, some white folks. And the white folks that owned the land, they discovered this shit. And it may have been a pyramid. There's no pictures or nothing. But somebody wrote something about it. That's, how, it got out. Somebody wrote about it. Because the people, the white folks, they probably said something to somebody. Anyways, they discovered some shit. It may have been pyramids, and they called the official people, like, whatever, the National Museum or whatever the hell,
Anthropology.
or
Okay,
whoever
yeah.
the fuck, them official motherfuckers. They came over there, they saw that shit, they said, bury that shit and don't say shit about it. And that's what they did. They buried that shit. So it's still there wherever the fuck it's at, somewhere in Oklahoma.
Well, this whole country, this whole continent has a bunch of jewels that is being hidden. Because I was watching a documentary earlier today about a skull that they found that back in the 1800s, that there's still like there's discussion about it now because of the cover up. Like they, you know what I'm saying, they don't want to deal with the fact that, you know, based on the level of ground, you know, because like I think they found it during when they were trying to dig for gold and this, that, and the other, and they found this skull. And they're saying like at the level in which they dug, because this is like 300 and something feet, or how far down it was where they found this skull, is like, well, for it to be here,
It had to be super old.
It had to be at a certain level. Yeah, like some
That's
people
how
are saying.
That's what I study. I go to anthropology is what I study. So that's what we do in anthropology. That's how we determine the age. Is a lot of times it has to do with how far down it is, because, you know, as time goes on, the soil builds up, the dirt builds up, and it has to happen. It happens really slowly. So then, you know, then you guesstimate about it, but you know it was a long ass fucking time ago. If it was really deep.
It's this thing is definitely a fossil, and they're, you know, like, you know, of course they got the gatekeepers that'll just get in there and just be like hush hush whatever, they try to play it off like it was a joke, and like this is, you know, it's like a little, you know, it was just meant to be a joke. But then there's like some anthropologists who really take their, you know, career serious and love this thing to really try to find out like true honest science. And he's like, you know, there's like, you know, somebody trying to convince him that, oh, this thing is not real and whatever. Is that, well, if this thing is not real, then just to hell with everything else that we've learned, because, you know, whatever it is you're telling us or whatever you want to, you know, try to teach the masses, the people, that like this is real. And if this is not real, then we might as well just call everything else a lie too. So, what is it called? Calivorous or Calvarez? Or I forget what they called this skull. But this thing they're saying is like 1 million years old. So
I think I know what you're talking about too. And they haven't been talking about it because they can't find a place for it. It's like they don't know what the fuck. So they don't have it doesn't fit in the evolution.
Well, exactly. Like their whole theory, every theory that they've come up with is trash. Like, I mean, the whole out of Africa theory, like Darwin, the whole Darwinism followings, like all of it is damn, fly been getting on my nerves all day. But however, the whole Darwinism.
Are you in the back of the truck? Where the hell you at, anyways?
Yeah, I'm in my truck. This is
Are you in the cab?
Yeah.
Oh, you in the bed area? Okay, I see.
Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah, I just didn't know. It looked. I saw the lights at the top.
The sleeper berth, they call it. The
sleeper
berth. Yeah. But yeah, man. I mean, like all of the theories that they come up with, like the out of Africa theory, like all those things have been debunked. Like it's like totally a lie. And they've been trying to like I was saying earlier, like America proves that we're like, this is the oldest civilization that had like true knowledge. It wasn't like some ape man or some, you know, uncivilized being. It was real, like it just cracks all of their lies, like it are, you know. And you know, let's just give the benefit of the doubt that that's what they truly believe. But out of all these few hundreds of years that they've been here, and all their cover-ups are just trying to deflect the truth, it's just unwound now. So it's a lot of stuff that most people that grew up, and it's hard for just a regular average person to, because I mean they're stuck on it. Like a lot of people get so stuck into, you know, what they've learned already, and like they're like, you know, okay, well this is that, and I know it to be that, and then you come with some information that proves different from what they thought they knew.
Yeah.
And now they ready to fight you. It's like, I didn't do it.
Yeah.
This is
Why
just,
you mad at me?
yeah, I mean, just because people still working and doing stuff and learning and, you know, trying to understand, you know, not just themselves but the world that they in, and then
Why you mad at me?
Exactly.
I didn't do nothing to you. Them folks lied to you. I didn't lie to you.
Exactly.
You know, it's that cognitive dissonance, and like you said, the nigga might have a heart attack and just fall out and die.
They ain't ready for it.
Tell them tell her, go walk up to the black man and say, "You not from Africa, nigga. You from here, nigga. You in your homeland right now. You a native." What?
Man. And they talk, and some of them claim to be so real.
Yeah, man. I hate. I'm glad you chopped it up with me, bro. I'm gonna let you go because it's been like 3 hours.
Is this just the first one? Okay, no, okay, yeah, because when we fell off, it was still clocking. All right, so yeah, so we've been on for three hours. That's cool. I mean, yeah, I got to get up in the morning, drive some more. So, but we could do this again, man.
I got a bunch of shit I got to do too. So yeah, but yeah, we might make this a series, bro. Because like I said, and I'm probably make the videos more concise, and then kind of like, I don't know, we'll make it like a class because this is heavy shit. And like I say, most people I talk to don't even know this shit.
What I would add, I mean, when you have a chance, get your notebook, write out, you know, the things.
Yeah, we need to make it.
It'll be better to stick to certain subjects.
Right. We do. Well, I didn't know you was gonna be so heavy. I be jumping around on people, but yeah, we could do it like a class and like pick a subject and then kind of like talk about it, and it'll educate everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know, when I was married, I was in a place of where I could embarrass somebody. So I didn't go so deep around her and her friends.
Exactly. Make them feel bad. And that's why I say I don't talk. This is why I'm doing this channel, bro, because I've been bottled up and stressed out. And I ain't gonna lie, since I started this channel, I feel better because, you know, what I like to tell everybody, I feel so lonely, man. I don't have nobody to talk to, bro. Like nobody that really understands what the hell I'm saying. So I don't even say nothing. I just be like, you know.
Well,
so I get on here.
I always knew, like I've heard you, you know, discuss certain things, and I knew that you had it in you. Like I didn't know, you know, you would be on everything that I, you know, like stuff that I've been, you know, on or whatever. So I mean, I knew it was in you, but we just never really had a place to really chop it up like that.
Yeah, because like I say, I'm always scared. I don't know. I'm afraid of everybody, and I'll be like talking about. What I mean is when I'm in groups and shit, because they're all against me, man. Like if I'm in a large group, I get nervous because I might get outed, and them niggas might turn on me behind something I said because they so fucking. That's what happened to Jesus. That's why they killed that.
Well, that is true. That is true. If it was a living man, I mean, based on
they would kill him again. If he came back, they kill him again.
They was looking for him after they said he rose again. They still looking for that nigga.
What? That nigga came back? I'm gonna kill that nigga. All right, bro. Yeah. I'm gonna let you go, man, because I gotta pee and I need to eat too.
And I got shit to do.
But I really appreciate it. And I'm gonna chop myself, man. Maybe we can figure out like a regular day to kind of do a live. That way we can have a audience that's kind of waiting for it, and it'll be me and you. You know what I'm saying? Type of chat, and we'll chop it out offline, and then I'll you know, later or tomorrow, whatever, and then maybe we could try to make some kind of schedule.
Can you edit
I can edit this, but this is live right now, so and I'm probably just it's gonna automatically upload when I'm done.
Well,
But I
nah,
could go back,
but what I'm saying is you can go back and you can just like
make
take
clips.
certain parts and
Yeah.
and start just popping them out.
Yeah, I might do that because there was some parts in here that was pretty damn heavy, and people probably not gonna make it.
Hey,
It's 3 hours.
Your boy in the beginning kind of, I was like, oh Lord, he just told us not to go on that subject, and he was
I know.
that's what I want to talk about. I was like, oh man.
And he worked in the medical field, so he knows a lot of shit too. But that shit was gonna get my channel fucking. They might have came and got my ass. That nigga started talking too much. Any of us talk too much about that shit, they coming. They on that shit heavy because
Well, look,
I think it's the
got
end
some,
game.
we can talk offline because there's some stuff that I'm looking at that don't add up to me.
Yes, it don't make sense. It's because what they're doing is not up front. What they're actually doing is not what they're saying they're doing. And like I say, I think this is the end game. It's the new world order. It's the neoliberalism. It's the globalist economy. It's the
2030 plan. Like depopulation. All
They-
that. Yeah,
yep.
I'm all that's it.
That's what it is, and that's why I didn't say those words.
Oh, my bad. Well, cut that out. But however, tomorrow give me a call. We can talk just regular because it was something that I got in a text message today that was supposedly from a nurse that it just didn't make any sense to me. And like I study science. I mean, I'm not a scientist. I'm not a biologist. I'm not a
but you know enough.
But I learned basic science, and there's just certain things that when they're saying it, it's just like, okay. And I'll go into details once we talk, because for you to really get what I'm saying, I need to be in detail. So,
all right, man. I appreciate you coming in, bro. Thank you.
Yeah, man, no problem. I'll see you next
Love.
week, bro.
All right, peace.
Peace.